Hey, all you night owls, what's going on? Today, happy hump day. Happy hump day. It's almost over, but happy hump day, folks. Happy Wednesday, June 12th, for a few more minutes, 2024. We are late again, guys. I don't know what's going on in my life, but I can't seem to make it in here till really late. But here we are again, guys. I promise you, I can't ever go one full day without doing this somehow or another. I could have just went to bed, but nah, I gotta have some kind of form of you guys in my life every day. So here we are tonight, guys. We're gonna be talking about, it's gonna be another discussion, open discussion, and tonight I just really want to say, with the Sebastian Rogers case, honestly, what the hell is going on? This is crazy. We got a little bit of a Madeline Soto update as well, and that's about it, folks. So thank you once again for joining me on this late Wednesday night. I hope you all had a wonderful day, and I hope we can finish the night off the right way together and be ready for tomorrow. So let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Here. What is up? What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. Late night. Here we are, late again. Late. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys had a great day today. I'm sorry I didn't get in here till just now, but I'm here, and that's all that matters to me. I get to finish my night out hanging with the best people in YouTube. What are you going to do about that? Great. Again, thank you guys for being here with me tonight. Y'all, please hit that like button as you're coming through that door. Please, if you will. Let's get this up in that algorithm, if we can. I appreciate you so very much for that. And share this out to anybody you think might want to come in and listen to me run my big mouth tonight. I greatly would appreciate it. Like I said, I want to talk a little bit about what in the hell is going on. I mean, really, folks, with Sebastian's case, and a little update with Madeline Soto's case as well, and just kind of do a little BSing with my favorite peeps. That's what I'm here for. So, hope y'all are down for that. So, come on in, grab a seat, whatever you need. Grab a drink, coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Get comfortable, sit down, come on in and have a conversation with me, if you will, please. Let's do it. Come on, come on. Hit that like button if you will. Please, please, please. Late night. Yes, Tomboy, I know you're going to bed soon. Sorry. Sorry. I promise you. I promise you. Yes, the intro already ran through. I promise you I will try to be here at a normal time tomorrow. My wife, here's the deal, folks. Here's what's going on, okay? My wife's uncle, her great uncle, he comes and stays with us every summer for like a month, roughly. He lives in Alabama. So he comes up here for a month, okay? But before he comes up here, she always wants to make sure that our house is in our yard. It's our yard mostly. That everything is in perfect condition. So we have been since Sunday basically doing all of our spring cleaning that we actually put it off this year. We hadn't had a chance to do it like we normally do. We washed all of our curtains and linens and everything. We did the yard, flowers, blah 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 blah. And hold on a minute. Give me one second. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been fixing all the things that I've been putting off that need fixed, like cabinet doors and all the honeydew stuff that I haven't been able to get done, hanging up signs and pictures and doing all that fun crap. So that's why I've been coming in here late, because I've been busy day after day after day. And it's my fault because I'm a procrastinator with everything around here because of being in here. So it's my fault. But it's cool though, because here's the thing is once I get all that stuff done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? So that would be why. So speaking of peeps, let's see what peeps are here with us tonight on this late Wednesday night, June 12th already. Looks like Mighty Mom Christy's in the house. Brian Paula, welcome back to you. Of course, the lovely Miss Sherry Wisdom Speaks is in the house. There's my doodle bug, my doodle. Good to see you tonight, doodle. Plemmy. I know. How dare me. Hello to you and welcome back. Great to see you. Tomboy's in the house. Hold on one sec. Sorry. Okay, Andy Rose, welcome back to you, Miss Paula. Great to see you again. Walt Harris is in the house. What's going on? Tomboy Charm, hopefully she'll be here for a minute, but good to see you. Naomi B, welcome to you. Kaylee, welcome back. Great to see you tonight. Jujubee, what's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. Captain Jenks is in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight. Always me, 1969's in the house. Welcome back to you. Good to see you. Salty Sleuth, thank you for joining us, Salty. Speaking of Salty, there's a link to her awesome channel, guys. Please go over there, check her out. Subscribe if you have not yet. And get some facts about some true crime, folks. That's all there is there. True crime and facts, folks. That's all you need. When you go in there, that's what you leave with. Great stuff. Great stuff. Diana R., welcome back to you. Great to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Sheila B., what is going on with you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Raspberry Dazzle, I think I like your name. Welcome and join. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. TikTok Tony's Tiny Tallywhacker. Wow. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you very much. Lucy's mom, hello and welcome back. Great to see you tonight as well. Let's see here. So. Tracy again, welcome back to you again. Great to see you. Teresa S., thank you for being here tonight. Autumn Fragrance, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Kathy Clock the House, in the house. Good to see you tonight. Odin Girls in the house, welcome back. Great to have you here. Great to see you. Misty Day, how are you today? Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. The real Seth Roger Shaley, good to see you. What's up, Jingles? Welcome back. I heard you coming from a mile away. Jenny Minnick, good to see you tonight. Great to have you here. Naomi B, let me see. Debbie Clark, welcome back to you. Glitter is forever. Always happy to see you, dear. Thank you for being here tonight. Lisa J, welcome back to you. Elser, yo to you. What's going on? Let's see here. H. Martin's in the house. Welcome back, H. Good to see you. Christine Rain, good to see you tonight. Mystery's in the house. There's no mystery there. Good to see you tonight. Angel, welcome back to you, dear. Stormy Skies is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Stormy. Great to see you. Great to have you here. I think I got everybody. Maybe. Mittens for Kittens. Welcome back. Miss B. Williams, good to see you. Mrs. Sassy, welcome to you. Brandy B, there she is. The OG's in the house. Good to see you, Brandy. Hello, Chris. Good to see you today. Great to have you here. Suze, welcome back to you. The crime knitter, true crime knitter, knitting up an Afghan full of crime. That's awesome. Good to see you. Yes, I'm a cornball, folks. You'll learn that quickly. Miss Evie Marie never fails. Always happy to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tanya TX out of Texas, I'm guessing. Welcome. Miss Terry Martin. Hello, neighbor. Good to see you tonight. Hope you're having a great night. And the one and only amazing Dra Latina. Welcome, Doc. Hola to you. Great to see you tonight. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Let me see who else we got here. Oh, and what is this? Bam! The Salty's in the house. What's up, Salty? Good to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Don't ask me why I'm so wired. I can't explain it.
Get that second wind in you.
Well, I've been drinking coffee all day. This is like my fourth wind, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
why I'm so wired. I can't explain it.
I had my last cup of coffee about a half hour ago.
I'm just starting my seventh cup. 7, yes. It's not good.
I've had at least that many today, if not more. Sad but true.
And I'll still sleep like a rock tonight when I go to sleep finally because
oh yeah,
I just do.
It doesn't bother me that way either.
Never has. Jenny Phillips, welcome to you. Girl next door, great to see you. I think I got almost everybody. Again, if I miss you guys, please don't take it personal. I am trying to catch that. Daisy May, welcome to you. I'll catch up with you if I do miss you. I'll see you sooner or later. Come on down. I think I got everybody. We got 130 peeps in here. We got 102 likes, guys. You guys are getting better every day. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Hit that like button on your way through the door, please. And please get this up in that algorithm so that YouTube will be happy and stay off my back. Not that they do anything. I'm just saying. Got to make it sound good. Yes, she gets out more than the fly swatter, Sherry. I don't ever like to make Mrs. Dago mad. She's such a sweet person that it actually, and such a happy-go-lucky, always in a good mood person that when she does get angry, it's a scary thing. I'll be honest with you. It like scares me literally. It takes a lot to get her angry too. 105 likes, you guys. Rock and roll. That's awesome. We are in that algorithm. I'm so tired of saying that all the time. totally drained from all this info overload. There is so much of it, and tonight's a little different because I'm so what the actual hell is going on within this case, guys? It's just it's stupid. It's just all ridiculous. So we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna give a Madeline Soto update tonight, and then we're just gonna talk and talk about stupid shit and crazy stuff because that's pretty much all that there is out there with this. But it is what it is. I see Butterfly 71. Welcome, Miss Holly 60. Good to see you. It is ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like I've said before, that the Idaho 4 case is gone above and beyond anything I've ever seen. It made the O.J. Simpson trial look like a garage gas station robbery. Blah blah blah. Guys, I eat my words because this case has gone above and beyond Idaho as far as I'm concerned. It really has. It's so ridiculous at this point. I can't even explain it. But thank you again, Salty, for joining me. It's always nice to have someone up here.
Oh yeah, I was just chilling. I was kind of bored. I've
Thank
been deep all day in Maddie Soto's case. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of heavy stuff there.
Oh, yes, I'm gathering. I didn't get to see it all, but I saw a little bit.
I haven't seen all of it. I've only seen the tip, and oh,
Yeah, it's enough. It really is enough to put you over. I promise you that much.
well, it's enough to make me question what's happening right now. And I
Yes,
really want to know where Jen Soto is.
it's a good point. I'm glad you joined me because you have more insight into this, and I need your expertise per se and your opinions on these because I just don't get this case right now either. Maddie's case is a little bit. I'm a little confused. I'll just put it
Well,
that
I
way.
get the case. I'm trying to figure out why she hasn't been arrested.
That's my point. That's
And I
exactly.
think there could be, I'm not sure, but I mean, I think it may be coming. I think there's a reason right now why, and I'm trying to figure out what that reason is.
All right, I got you. Are you going to bed, Butterfly? I'm so sorry it's late. I promise you I'll be here during the day tomorrow, but have a great night and thank you at least for stopping through. I appreciate you very much. Somebody sent me an email a while back and said, "Do you think there's a third person involved in Madeline's case?" And I was like, "What?"
No,
I don't. To whoever that person was, because I don't remember right now. This was like a month ago that I got this. I don't believe there is. Okay,
I'm going to be real protective over this case. And I don't even want to
thank you.
hear about anybody's crazy theory. You know what I mean? No, there's
Yeah,
no.
and I don't.
We're going to follow the evidence on this one. No, there's nobody else involved.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's why I'm saying this live for who that person was. I want you to hear it loud and proud and live. No, it Jen and the monster are the ones that are involved. That's it as far as I'm concerned.
As far as the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Osceola County and the Kissimmee Police Department are concerned, and all of the overwhelming evidence that is concerned, that's your people.
Yep. Agreed. See something, say something. Hello and welcome. I wonder where mom's at. She's probably in bed. She's been doing these late nights with me.
She was up a little while ago, but I seen her on
I sent
the
her
DM.
I sent her a DM and then a link as well, just in case she wanted to join us. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna cover Madeline stuff first, because that's the important stuff. Because most of what is going on with Sebastian himself is very important. The other stuff is just not, and we're gonna save that for after the fact and just go off about that stuff then. Welcome, Clitters Forever. Salty, I didn't get to hear or see all the documents. Do you think she went to the hotel after her birthday party?
No, her aunt took her home after the birthday party at approximately 8:30. This is according to the documents that I read today, or that I heard today. There's about a handful of people who have the documents. They
Mhm.
haven't released all the documents. I listened to 3 different readings of the documents. So, anyway, going back to that, the party was approximately 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Stearns was not at the party, neither was Jen. So then her aunt took her home at approximately 8:30. Stearns showed up about 8:45. He talks to Jen at some point and tells her Maddie's getting ready for bed. Jen
Ho-
comes home at approximately
Hold
10:30.
on, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Salty. I'm sorry. I'm actually taking notes. What time did she get picked up from the party?
She didn't. Her aunt was at the party
Her
with
aunt.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
So
meant. Her aunt.
her aunt took her back to her townhouse, Jennifer's townhouse, at approximately 8:30.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then Stearns showed up about 8:45. He
Uh-huh.
came in from out of town. He came in from his place, which was a couple hours away, whatever.
Right.
I got the name written down, but I'm sitting outside. But anyway, he comes in town. He arrives about 8:45 at the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Jen reports that she got home from work about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think by 11 they were all going to bed. Now, Jen says to the police officer that she was tired and needed a good night's sleep. So
Mm.
she instructed Stearns and Maddie to go upstairs to the guest room, which is now known as bedroom number 4, to go sleep up there so she could get a good night's sleep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Now
Well,
the next morning, she tells law enforcement that she wakes up around 8:15 because he comes into the room to leash the dogs to walk them. And apparently she has 2 roommates,
yeah.
and she could hear voices from the kitchen and assumed Maddie was getting ready for school. And the
Mm.
officer asked her, "Did you visibly see your daughter?" She says, "No." Now, we all know that's not what she said in those TV interviews.
Of course. She said she saw her getting ready for school.
Exactly.
Liar.
So, there was a lot that
So these roommates were in the
uh,
home when this happened that night?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't know, honestly, because she could be making that part up about hearing the voices. Because I know my children's voices. And if I hear voices out there, I know it's the kids in the house. You know what I mean? I can probably tell you which one's doing the talking.
Right. Because
Um,
I remember seeing an interview with one of the roommates
there
and
was an
how,
ex-roommate that
or
did do
yeah,
it. Yeah, there
yeah,
was an ex-roommate that spoke, but these 2 apparently, I'm assuming they did still live there, and they might have been home that morning. They may have been home that night, but I don't know what their deal is yet.
mhm,
Yet.
right,
I didn't hear any more about them 2. It doesn't even say they were present. It just said that she did have 2 roommates and that she did hear voices, and she assumed Maddie was getting ready for school. But she
gotcha,
knew he would be taking her to school, um, so she never even bothered to, but she didn't see the girl, apparently.
right. Welcome, Mom.
"Hey, mom."
Oh,
Thank you so much for joining us. I was just asking about you.
So
yep.
they have,
I'll just sit it down.
multiple cameras of this guy. And, one of the cameras have captured him at a Holiday Inn. I got the time wrote down, like I said, I'm sitting outside. But he was at the Holiday Inn, and he went to the parking garage. And while he was in the garage, that's when he decided to move Maddie from the front seat of the car
To the
to the
trunk.
trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can see him doing all of that.
What a
Um,
dumbass.
yeah, when he left the apartments the first time, she was in the car, head slumped over to the left. He left for a few minutes. He came back. He left out the back gate, came back through the front gate, and Maddie was still in the car.
To pick up the clicker thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time it sees her in the car, she appears to still be slumped over, a lot. And
Right.
then Then they see him moving her from the front seat to the trunk.
Why did he go to the Holiday Inn to do it? I wonder.
Parking garage, I think I
Oh,
don't think
pardon.
this guy had a solid plan of anything.
Right,
It appears that it was a lot of what do I do next kind of thing, and
which is
and Jennifer kept even reiterated the story about how they were going to get up early and go have a special breakfast at McDonald's. It was like almost a rehearsed thing
sure.
at that point.
I gotta believe at this point that she knew absolutely everything that was going on. In my opinion, I'm sorry.
What I can't figure out is there's rumbles that she might be in a hospital, and I've
Mm-hmm.
literally got feelers out trying to get information because I feel like if that's the case, Florida law has a Baker Act. And if somebody in her family Baker acted her and she's actually in there for that reason or on her own accord, just
Yeah,
checked herself in, that might be what's keeping her from being arrested
probably. And see,
until she's released. And they could arrest her in a facility. I'm not saying they can't or won't, but that might be. And I don't know that that's the case. I've heard that could be the case, but I'm really trying to check into that.
I heard a while back before, right after he was arrested, that she was in a mental facility and or with her sister.
Yeah.
I think JLR was even talking about that at one point too, and like kind of stalked out her sister's house and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I don't know.
It just,
I don't want to hear, not from you. I'm saying I don't want to hear her try to pull this. I'm not mentally stable. I didn't know this, that. I'm not taking
no,
that.
there's none there. I don't, I'm not going to buy it because it's been going
No,
on for too long.
right.
And you allowed this man to continue to sleep with your daughter,
Agreed.
even though, and you don't tell me it was because she had anxiety and he comforted her because he didn't even live there. According to him and her, he didn't live there since December at least.
Right.
They
Right.
were broke up. So you weren't there every night. Who was comforting Maddie on the nights you weren't there? Why were you needed to comfort her on the nights you were there? Is ridiculous.
Why couldn't
And
I want to know why this woman couldn't be a mother to her child. That's the first question I
well,
have.
there's a couple of things. I think women might can get this. No, not that that's acceptable or can get it, but I think some women might because I can see what women do. Right? Some women do it because they want to turn that blind eye because whatever they need, they got to keep that guy. I don't think that's the case here.
That's what I was wondering.
I don't know if there was money involved or if she herself was a predator of some sort. I don't know.
That's what
And
I'm
right
wondering.
now, I have way too many questions for this woman. Any way you look at it, you did dead wrong by not protecting your child.
100%. 100%. And there is no, and I mean no excuse, folks. I'm sorry. I won't accept anything. Not that
Mm-mm.
I'm
There's
nobody of
none.
importance, but I don't care. I won't
There's
accept it.
none. And I heard somebody reading from the documents today, and I don't, some of these documents I was able to obtain screen grabs of some of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I got it, put it together, but I, s- I don't see the documentation on this yet, but it was read out loud. And apparently, in this bedroom number 4, there was a tripod present and toys. Now, if that's true, and I can come across that when I get my hands on that piece of document, that tells me that
Yes. I know what you're gonna.
somebody knew that room was set up like that.
Of
And there was
course.
also a room in the there was an area in the living room apparently that was set up like a makeshift bedroom type area. There was a bed, a desk, a TV, and a dresser. And it
Okay.
was stated that Maddie and Stefan would hang out there, but nobody slept there.
So
But
see
Maddie
the
told her friend at school she didn't like Stefan because he was weird and he hung out in the living room all the time.
mm,
And there where
and the
that bed area was at.
these are the things that make me very seriously feel like there was some link to the St. Cloud pornography ring. I'm telling.
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't. That's right there on the front burner for me. And I've been there since the day that dude got
Right,
busted. But yeah,
right.
because
The
there's so
moment,
much of the CSAM, and also the documents show that. So Jen says they all went up to bed about 11. At 11:49, this asshole was on Telegram.
hmm
And what was he doing? Was he uploading stuff?
right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, with you describing the bedroom and then this other room and knowing that it was a pornography, it wasn't just clips here and there. It wasn't just
Yeah.
memes being passed through. They were distributing video and so on and so forth. And I gotta wonder, like you mentioned earlier, if there was money involved in this whole thing and this was a business per se. I gotta say that. I'm sorry. Nice shirt, Mom.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, that is a cool ass shirt. Look at you go.
I like that color too. I was debating on getting one in that color, and now I see what it looks like. It looks great.
I wonder who the
Y'all,
dude is that runs
look at
that
there.
channel.
I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
know.
he's a
I
fine
heard
filler.
I heard it was some doofy ass cornball, but hey, I'll check him
Look,
out
chat. Y'all gotta go get you one of these.
I damn
for
sure
real.
do. That's
It
super
is
cool.
super comfy and it
Is
fits
it?
real well.
Well,
Oh, hell
Grab
yeah.
the girls there, but
when we first started this, this is all doodlebug, you guys. I got to give all credit where credit's due. I had no idea what to do with this shit,
Go Doodle.
but I wanted to make sure that the shirts were going to be good shirts, not cheap ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Look glittery.
So I think she picked the better of the quality wise, the better of the two, and mine is very comfortable. It washed well. Everything's good. So I like it a lot. I think I'm gonna get a pink one too. We have pink. So
Ooh, I can't do pink.
I'm not a pink girl either. I don't do
well,
the pink.
I'm not a pink girl either, but real men can wear pink as well. So
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get a pink one for my wife, honestly, is what I'm saying, because she loves pink.
Yeah.
And I think it would look cool. I tried out the whole demo thing on there where you can look at the different colors with the design on it. The pink one looked pretty cool, and I think she wants one too. So in fact, one of her it's pretty wild. Where she works, she's a dialysis tech, and where she works, one of her patients that she handles is one of our subscribers here, Phil Phil Hughes, and he was talking about wanting one too. I was like, cool, wear it everywhere, guys. So I think it is. I think it was the Gildan. Is it a Gildan shirt, Mom? Do you remember the tag? Is that the brand
color?
of the no, the
No,
brand
the
of the
brand.
I didn't
Okay.
pay
Probably
attention.
if they're soft like she's saying, it probably is, and if that is the brand they're using, that's a really good brand. My
That's what
sister
I
made
thought.
shirts for a very long time.
Right.
I wish she still had all of her equipment, but she got rid of it about a year and a half ago. But yes, those are really good quality shirts right there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot.
100%. No, it looks good. That's the same one that Doodle said she got too. Is that Heather Gray? I think it's called.
It is Heather Gray, which I
Yeah, I
love.
would probably
I
get
mean, you
that
guys
as
see
well.
me on stream. That's like the lime green and gray are my colors. Like
I love the lime green too, and I
always
couldn't
have.
find one. I didn't have that color, but I'm gonna see what we can add as we go along.
Like I have a lime green shirt that I wear when I cover Sebastian. It says Momster across the front of it
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've seen it.
because everybody calls me Mom, so it says Momster.
Absolutely.
That it's
Absolutely. Where's the link at, guys? Mind you, where'd that link go? I saw it up here somewhere.
what link?
Somebody asked for the link. It's in the chat somewhere in here. I want to put it out on the screen for you guys so you can see it. Yeah, I got the white one. I think I'm gonna get the pink one for Brandy, my Brandy, and then I want a black one too because I like black. Then we all have different colors. We can advertise the colors. Like, here's what it looks like on this color, and here's what it looks like on this color. Thank you, Sherry. There it is, right there. And you can get one of these if you want to. One of these nifty little coffee mugs.
I still got to order my coffee cup. I'm so bad about not doing the
They're
shit I
pretty
need
cool
to be
though.
doing.
I
It's
was
got a
torn
nice
between the coffee cup and the shirt, and I thought, I'm just gonna.
they got a really nice finish on it. I was really surprised at that. I thought it was gonna be like a rough, like you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
it's very smooth and nice finish. So I was impressed with it. Thank you, Tomboy and Miss Sherry, both. Appreciate you guys. And Doodle's got a couple other things she was working on design wise, and I'm got some ideas I'm going to try to throw in there too. So we're going to have some other stuff. I will do that, Miss Leslie, right now, actually, while we're getting everything put together here.
I see a couple of questions in the chat, Dago. I'm going to take a couple of them.
Please do.
Paula, some say she is cooperating with authorities and making deals. I have not heard that in Florida yet. I don't think they need her to make any deals because they have so much against him already.
Yeah.
It's not going to benefit them to make a deal with her to get him because they got what they need on him. It's just I don't know if that would be the case with this case. I wouldn't make a deal with her if I was state of Florida. I certainly would not.
Nobody deserves a deal. Nobody.
There was a couple more. We addressed the one about her going to the hotel. I really don't think that was the case because of the aunt taking her home and everything and the time that he showed up. Now, there was a hotel room involved later because once the cops got to the house and began doing search warrants, they told them, we're shutting this apartment down. You guys can't stay here. You got to find somewhere to go. So they literally did go to a hotel night that night, apparently. That's in part of the documents because I think one of the cops gave Jennifer a ride back to the townhouse, but I haven't seen that myself yet, so I don't know the true meaning behind that. Someone also had mentioned they thought there was 800 photos. There was 1,700 photos and videos on Stern's Google account cloud when they got into the phone because he did do a factory reset that day. He went into this long story about how he did this and that, and it was a mistake, and he didn't know what he was doing, all this bullshit. He reset the phone. But he didn't realize they were going to be able to get in there and get all that stuff out. And so there was at least 1,700 CSAM material, photos and videos of Maddie. And in the original charging document, the 60 different counts, they talk about some of those photos and what was depicted in the photos, and they're not good. And apparently, first going back, do you remember when they had some photos and they showed to Jen and asked her, did she recognize this male part? She didn't. Well, there were apparently a couple they did show her that she did recognize. And even some of these photos, you can see Stern's face. So, and they said she became visibly shaken when she saw the images. Now, what that meant, either, oh, hell, I've been lied to for years, or we're busted and we're in trouble.
I'm caught. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been a reaction either way.
I agree. Is that what you're talking about? That would be a really badass T-shirt to put that on if you could get a tie-dye color because I like the tie-dyed stuff. Thanks. This is the bag the stuff that Tomboy sent me. She made bags that she sewed that have little drawstring on them to put your stuff in, and it's like a tie-dye color. That would look really cool with that on there. I think it's a shirt.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Tomboy? Hey, Lala. Good to see you tonight. I think a few other people popped in here too. Elizabeth Lander, thank you for joining us. Sweet Tea, thank you for being here tonight. Vicky Harrison, welcome back, dear. I checked my email, Leslie. I didn't see anything new other than what you had sent last night. Welcome, Meg. Good to see you tonight as well. Terry Dean. Let me see here. I think that's everybody. Let me turn this down. It's going to drive me nuts. Oh yeah, that's right. She made can koozies too, you guys. I forgot about that. Hold on. I think that's what they're called, is can koozies. Yeah. 1 second. And the other T-shirt, the Grab Life by the Meatballs one. So there's these. I thought were pretty neat. If you're somebody that uses those. And we'll be right back to what we were talking about, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just getting messages back and forth. And then this is the other design she came up with for a different T-shirt too, which I thought was kind of cool. There we go. That's on a white tee. It's got the design there, and it's got the 2 little plates of meatballs, and it says "Grab Life by the Meatballs." Wayne Kirsty, I see you there. Welcome. See something, say something. Karma, welcome. So there's that so far too, for you guys that were talking about that. So yeah, guys, back to Madeline. I'm sorry for jumping off that. Oh, by the way, Walt Harris, I received your donation last night. Thank you so much for that, my friend. I appreciate that. And anybody else that has donated to the links, thank you for that. That is so much very appreciated and so very helpful. It does help me pay those bills. So thank you guys so very much. So I got something here I was going to throw up. You guys know I'm a big fan of Vinny. He put something out, or they put something out. I think it was 7 hours ago in regards to this, and then we're going to talk a little bit more. See, I wish I had those documents.
Is this the one where they got the headline about the cause of death?
Yeah. Have you
Right.
seen it?
Yeah, I know it's been out for a couple weeks here in Florida. But
Uh-huh.
the report's not out, where no one's ever going to see that.
Right.
We will learn the cause of death if we go to trial. Just because we know it doesn't mean we got to see it in a document, right, or the
Right.
pictures.
Right.
But there's been chatter in Florida for a few weeks, and it's starting to come out today that she was strangled.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot verify that anywhere. So
Right. Well, see, it makes you wonder, but that does kind of qualify. They stated it was a domestic style situation, and I was thinking, okay, but that can fit into that.
well,
Yes, but
domestic with children is different than the domestic with
that's what
spouses.
right.
I mean, it's going to categorize as anybody that's an authoritative figure, like a caregiving figure, and he's
Yeah.
considered that as considered because according to him, he was stepfather figure,
Mm-hmm.
and he was somebody entrusted to care for this child.
Yes.
So there's
I,
the aggravating circumstances behind the crime itself was bad enough, but the aggravating circumstances now can get you DP in Florida, which he will get
yes.
if it's going to be challenged constitutionally because it already was. The first guy to go up on the new law ended up with a plea deal. But they were also going to challenge it under the Constitution. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court says this is a no-no. But Florida's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, we don't care. We're going to do it anyway. So now it's open for a fight. And I don't know if these attorneys that were just assigned to death penalty case lawyers in Florida were assigned to his case. I don't know if they'll go that far with it. We'll see. But yeah, it might get challenged, might not.
Right. So what? Let me ask you a quick question. This is disturbing, but I'm just curious as to what your thought is, Salty and Mom. Actually, if this comes to be true, okay, that it was strangulation, do you think it was done on purpose, or do you think it could have been part of something else?
Depends on who did it.
That's true too. That's a good point, Salty. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. Hmm. Wow. Okay. How I didn't get that thought, I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. All
If
right,
he
guys.
did one of two things happen. He either went too far
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah,
or she threatened to stop it or tell
Yep.
or started to say, yeah,
because if you think about it, that is a crime of passion.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And trigger warning for anybody that is triggered easily. But when you use that form, you feel the person, you
Of
Yeah.
course,
watch the life leave their eyes. So it's
yes,
another form of gratification when it comes to
yeah,
these monsters.
yeah. There is
So
a S gratification that comes from this.
They have safe words.
Yeah, yep. And I've been on the scene twice of a scenario that went too far. One, the woman survived. The second one was a very strange situation that involved a belt and a raptor, and it was a male, not a female, and he didn't survive. And there was two of them involved in that situation. So this is a very strange world, guys. That's all I can say. I hate going into details about things, but I'll never understand some of the things I've seen. I'll tell you that much.
Sometimes in these conversations, you have to. It's why you got to warn people that these
Yeah,
topics can
yeah,
get.
I know.
We
know.
had we talked about some, even when we went over the Rex Heerman stuff the other day. In my stream.
Hmm.
Sometimes these topics will get that way, but I almost believe that people need to hear this shit, because if you don't think these predators are watching and waiting and looking for the right person, the right mother, the right child, the right circumstance,
Yep.
you have to be crazy. If
They
you
go.
cannot, I mean,
They go
we got to
looking.
wake up and
Yes, they
see this
go.
stuff for what it is. It's not pretty, but it is what it is. And these people, this guy was literally just doing this. This isn't a story from 10 years ago, 20. Oh my God, how did that ever happen? This was just happening.
Right. Yeah, we're this is one of the most horrific things I've seen yet as far as this type of stuff goes. But yeah, guys, this is, unfortunately, this is true crime. There's a lot of dark stuff that's involved in this. There's a lot of things that we normally wouldn't say in our everyday lives or want to talk about ourselves. It needs to be seen and heard, though, guys, to understand it. The awareness needs to be put out there, worse than anything, period. So you got to know, you can't hide from it. Basically, you need to know it so you can, we can teach our children, and we can teach our other people in our lives. This is not something that is good. This is not what you want to be with or around, or here's warning signs, here's that, you know what I mean, those kinds of things. So what's up, Mad Jen? So let's check this out, see what Vinny has to say. And then, like I said, guys, we're going to go through Madeline stuff first and foremost, and then at the end, or after we get done with that, it won't be the end, but after we're done with that and we get through all of this, we're going to jump into talking about what's going on in Sebastian's case. So here we go. Let me know if the audio is okay, guys, and if not, we'll fix it for you.
Valentin, thank you so much for joining us here on Closing Arguments. To understand what happened to Madeline Soto, the life that she lived, the hand that she was dealt, will break your heart, absolutely break your heart. Here she is putting on a smile, one of her last day on earth. It's her 13th birthday party. And what we've learned since, allegations that she had been sexually abused for years by a man that was put into her life by her own mother, her mother's boyfriend, this man, Stephen Stearns, and his ultra Photoshop filtered picture over there next to Madeline. He's been charged with sexually abusing her. He's been charged with her murder. And now he's been charged, or will be facing the death penalty for that murder. I want to put up on the screen what was filed in part by the state of Florida as they are seeking the death penalty. They believe that there are sufficient aggravating circumstances to justify the imposition of the death penalty. The state will be requesting the death penalty should the defendant be convicted in this case. And the aggravating factors that they are citing, the defendant was previously convicted of another felony. There, I believe they're referring to the sexual abuse allegations and all those images that were found on his phone. That trial will happen first. Capital felony was committed during the commission of aggravated child abuse. What does that tell us? The capital felony was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. What does that tell us about what happened to Madeline? And the victim was particularly vulnerable due to her age, or the defendant stood in a position of familial custodial authority. He held himself out as her stepfather, words out of his mouth and out of Madeline's mother's mouth that can now be used against him as an aggravating factor towards the death penalty in this case.
Let me ask something here, just out of curiosity. I know this is another trigger warning up front, but this has been talked about before in the beginning. If Madeline herself would have been pregnant, we'll say, that would have already been charged, right? Or is that not how that works? Like he'd have been charged with double homicide on that, right?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I said if for instance Madeline would have been pregnant per se, which would have been a good motive, would he have already been charged with double homicide, or does that not work that way?
I don't know for sure what the deal is on that, but there's something she told a friend, or a friend said to the police. So apparently Maddie and her little friend were synced up on their monthly, and in January, Maddie didn't get hers when the little girl got hers. Like, Maddie was late, and by a couple weeks. And from what I didn't see the whole thing, so I can't tell if it ever came or not, which would have put February when she disappeared. So I don't know if it ever came or not. So I don't know if she was or not. It's a thought, but that's a good question, Dago, because if she was, would there be another charge? I don't know.
That's what I didn't know.
What she went through, it is not uncommon for a child that was severely abused like she was in the manner that she was abused in to be irregular.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's that too. That's what I had heard.
And it would
before.
be two capital charges if she was.
Right.
Exactly.
So would they have charged that immediately though, or do they wait on that?
Well, they would have probably had to wait for proof, but
as soon as the autopsy was completed,
yeah, they would have
known.
Yeah, right. And see, I was thinking that Clue mentioned it in chat, and then we had talked about it a while back, because that would have been one hell of a motive right there. Because how do you explain that? So
yeah, we wondered about that from the beginning, but there was never anything to indicate it yet. So it's been talked about. I mean, that's the only thing I've heard, and we don't know. So at this point, I'm with Mom. I think there would be a charge.
Yeah, gotcha. Absolutely. It would have been included. Okay, that's a good point. Thank you, Glitter. All right. Sorry to interrupt, guys. Moving on.
So who is this guy? What do we know about him? We don't know a ton, but we've heard him speak in several different contexts. So let's take a moment to listen to the words of the accused child killer, child sex abuser, now facing the death penalty, Stephen Stearns.
She had a happy weekend. She just turned 13. She had her 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together here. She was just very happy. She was a happy kid. She's very sweet. She's a very sweet girl. I dropped her off early. I could have waited longer. She looked okay. She was walking towards the school when I saw her. It was like any other day, so I went on with my day.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time.
We don't know where she could be, and we're scared. We just want her home. Just not knowing.
So the unknown is killing you.
Yeah, it's like our whole world is upside down.
We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster.
You could see the overpass from where it was. So it was on that side, on that stretch of road, and that's where I dropped her off. She said she was going to go wait for her friends. She was going to go find them and hang out and wait for her friends. And I asked if that was going to be okay. She said, yeah, it's fine. Kids get dropped off early enough as it is. It's not totally unusual for that to happen. It's just not usually that early that I drop her off. I do school runs every once in a while for her. I said, okay. Let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too.
I can't remember the exact spot, but it was around where these communities were. So thank you. So it's like around where these communities were.
Okay.
And it's just like in this stretch, like we could see the overpass down there.
Where's the school?
Just on the other side of the overpass.
2105. So somewhere around here.
So yeah, somewhere, maybe not this one, but the next one possibly is right in this stretch. When we just came down and we drove about halfway down, she was like, that's good right here.
While I was walking in that direction, she was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she got to walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Don't know why they don't do that. Why don't they just kind of like at least give you a blanket,
My core temperature was down. The temperature was like a degree or two lower than it should have been.
Wow.
Could regulate sleeping on bare metal. The first night I was on concrete floor with a roll of toilet paper for a pillow and nothing else. Begging for a blanket or a pad to sleep on for like 2 days. I think they were supposed to do something like that. She brings a lot of joy. She's a very good girl. It definitely doesn't feel the same around here if she's not here. She was so happy too. She was looking forward to my visit here. She was looking forward to us all being together.
I don't use this word, but I absolutely hate that conversation right there with everything in my soul.
Yeah.
Because we all know it's not true. Okay. This is his narrative once again that he plays out in his sick flipping mind. And you guys don't know how hard it is for me to look at his face and to hear his voice. I just want to, I can't say what I want to do in here. I'm just telling you.
He makes me cringe.
What's that, Mom?
He literally makes me cringe.
I get physically sick when I hear his voice. I'm not lying. Like nauseous. I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah, his voice. That's
what I mean. And I'm a man, guys, and it makes me that nauseous. And I've dealt with some nasty shit, being in EMS and stuff. This thing makes me just want to. Oh my God, I can't even explain it.
It's that whining. I cannot deal with a whiner. I don't even allow my grandbabies to whine. Talk to me and use your big kid voice. This dude and his whining, oh my God.
He talks that way for everything. It's not just when she was a very nice girl. She was this, she was like.
Dago, stop. No,
shut the fuck up, dude. God. I hope, I can't even say it. I can't. What's up, Jeff? Emailed you a pic of that's okay. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you looking at it too. Appreciate that very much. No, I agree. The cop is doing very well. That's true. Very true.
Happy. She's just very happy. I loved her like she was my own. I don't recall us going anywhere last night, but I honestly, at that point, my brain was mush and I was on so many tranquilizers to keep me stable. I was having these rolling panic attacks and breaking down crying, and that's the only way I could get to sleep last night.
Not feeling her presence here is Sorry. It's hard.
I can't stand it when he says she's happy. We know these pictures exist. We know what happened. It's not a mystery. It's not like, oh, we're trying to piece it together. We've got images of what was happening to this child for years. She was not happy. She was not happy. She did not love you. She wanted to go live in the woods to get away from you. All right. Let me bring in our special guest. Joining us tonight in Orlando, Florida, retired judge of the 9th Judicial Circuit, the Honorable Belvin Perry, America's judge. Joining us on the phone tonight, WFTV investigative reporter Shannon Butler. Also joining us in Orlando, editor of the Osceola News Gazette, Ken Jackson. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Judge, I'll begin with you. How does this change things now that this is a death penalty case? And also, please, let the folks at home know whether or not some judge somewhere in Florida is going to make this guy appear in a courtroom at some point, because it hasn't happened yet.
Vinny, this development, filing the notice to seek the death penalty, will bring about the possibility of punishing him for the horrific acts that he committed upon this young lady. I will tell you this, that he will be forced to come into the courtroom for what I call major hearings. He will not be allowed just to sit back in his cell and disobey the court's order. They're not going to, force him in there for an arraignment or anything else, but he is about to meet his day of reckoning.
Shannon Butler, some of the things that I saw in the state's intent to seek the death penalty, mentioning capital felony was committed during the commission of aggravated child abuse. The capital felony was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Do we or have we learned any more details about how he allegedly took her life? Because this description here of these aggravating factors seem to indicate that something really horrible was going on.
I do have some information from sources who have told me how they decided to seek the death penalty. We were expecting today that the state attorney's office was going to release about 1,000 pages worth of discovery. That information, what police have gathered and law enforcement has gathered, that the state will use for this case to prosecute Stephen Stearns. We believe that they have determined that Madeline Soto was strangled and that it was the cause of death. We also believe that they have quite a bit of video evidence after the fact on that route from the house to where Madeline's body was found. In that discovery that we are expecting as early as, well, it's supposed to be today, as tomorrow, it will give us a lot more information about the pieces that were missing. There's a gap there, right, from when he reported her missing to when her body was found. We do not know what happened the night before. They believe that she was killed overnight before 7 o'clock in the morning, but we don't have those kinds of details. We are expecting those 1,000 pages will fill in some of those gaps for us.
Ken Jackson, that's such a big question here, right? The actual time of this murder, because it seemingly would impact Jen Soto as well, because she's on record saying that she saw her getting dressed that morning. She's on video. We saw her saying, oh no, she was wearing black shorts. Like she knew what she was wearing that morning, is what she's telling investigators and police. So the time is extremely important. What questions do you have that you hope will be answered by the release of this information?
Well, Vinny, what we've received so far this week has been the list of the evidence. It is a long list. I wasn't aware it was going to be 1,000 pages, but okay. Something that I find interesting is that in the video that you showed in the lead up to this, there is the police body cam of Stephen Stearns talking about what sounded like an area of a residential area that he dropped Madeline off that Monday morning. All along, he's been saying he dropped her off at the church, which is just on the other side of the overpass from the school, where it appears that he is. I've driven that road a couple times since this investigation began. He's still about a half mile away from that church. So, this brings another kind of question as to what he said that they did that morning. I mean, this is a story that he's rehearsed a couple of times, but yeah, we still have a gap of from the birthday party Sunday night to Monday morning as far as when she actually passed away.
Judge, the law has changed in Florida for the death penalty. It's no longer unanimous down in Florida. So it suddenly the road to death row has gotten a little bit easier for prosecutors.
You're exactly right. It was next to impossible to get a unanimous vote of death. That is very difficult to do. In my nearly 40 years as a prosecutor and a judge, I've only seen that happen in a couple of cases. But the state now has an easier road. And based upon the evidence that will come out, particularly with strangulation, it fits the definition of heinous, atrocious, and cruel. And you lock in the fact of the aggravated child abuse, it is not looking very good for this defendant who is about to earn everything that he did in this particular case. The big question is, when will the mom step forward and tell the truth?
Yeah, and we have only about 20 seconds. Shannon Butler, I just wanted to finish with you. In this information that we expect to get tomorrow, do you anticipate learning a lot more about Jen Soto?
I don't. I think this is going to focus mostly on Stephen Stearns. I don't have a lot of confidence right now that there are targeting her. At least at this point, things can change. But from what I'm being told, it seems like this will focus solely on him, which just leaves more questions for us about what Jen knew or didn't know.
All right. Big thank you, Judge Belvin Perry, Shannon Butler, WFTV, Ken Jackson, the Osceola News-Gazette. Great to see you all. Appreciate it. When we come back, we're going to talk more about all these developments in the Madeline Soto case. We'll bring in our think tank.
He took an oath to protect and serve.
But now this former police officer is accused of murder.
We'll take you inside the courtroom as Miles Bryant faces a jury.
The Taken team.
We have a very strong bond. But, I'm the person she goes to when her mom gets in a fight with her and she needs someone to comfort her. And I'm that person for her, This girl knows nothing but love here in this house.
Come on. I mean, we're listening to this. We're listening to the words of this man and what he's accused of and what was found on his phone. Oh, yeah, yes, there's nothing but love in this house. I comfort her. I comfort her when she's got problems with her mom. Now, the problem in her life is you. So let's walk through what happened here. So Stephen Stearns, this man right here, was indicted by the grand jury for first-degree murder on April 24th. Now, there's other charges here, right? It's the murder charges will actually be the second trial. The first one involved all of this battery and molestation over the course of years. Now, remember, it's an on-again, off-again relationship that he's having with Jen Soto, Madeline's mother. And you're wondering, and I'm wondering how much these dates connect to that. And you wonder if this is all of the abuse that there was, because this is just based upon what they were able to retrieve from his phone. Did he do it without recording it? Did he do it without taking photos? And by the way, has he ever shared any of these photos on the Telegram app or other places. I think that is still unknown at this point. But this was going on forever. Take a look at the timeline here. You go back to 2018, and this is when he first appears on Jen Soto's Facebook page. So he's kind of like in her life. The first alleged battery, again, these are all based just on what he has recorded, is June 19th of 2019. She's 8 years old. This is an 8-year-old girl. And then you look at the final alleged battery, June 29th of 2023. But look at all of those in between. All of those in between. And then hundreds and hundreds of images and videos on this phone that he kept. And remember, he tried to, according to investigators, erase all of this. Before he handed over his phone voluntarily, he said, I'm sorry, but I accidentally did a factory reset on my phone yesterday when I was trying to do something with it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, who accidentally does a factory reset? Nobody. But despite the accidental factory reset, they still forensically were able to get all of these images from that footprint. Here's a breakdown of the charges. So sexual battery on a child under 12, 8 counts. That's significant. Sexual battery with a child 12 to 18, 5 counts. Lewd or lascivious molestation, 7 counts. Unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child, 10 or more images, 40 counts. So that's like more than 400 images right there. And I would say it's sexual performance, it's sexual abuse. I don't know why they call it sexual performance. It's sexual abuse of a child. But under 12, all of that under Florida's law makes you eligible for the death penalty. But the death penalty that they're seeking is not for these charges. This is going to be the first trial. If they get a conviction on this trial, they will use this conviction as one of the aggravating factors in the second case during the penalty phase, if he's convicted of the murder, as a reason, one of the reasons to send him to death row. So when you piece together these two cases, they are absolutely connected, but they will be separate trials. And the one involving the images, like, there's no defense for it. What is the defense? It doesn't exist. It's the easiest case a prosecutor can try, even though no case is 100%. Stay with us. Up next.
What about Madeline's mother, Jen Soto? Will she be a witness or a co-defendant? Our think tank will break it down.
So she has a phone number, phone. She does, but she left it at home today. I have it. You have it. And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, does she have like Apple Watch?
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
Her school laptop? Is that trackable?
I don't think so.
Mom is calm there. I mean, and she's able to communicate. She's able to answer the questions. She's not hysterical. She's not desperate. But at that point, it's about 12 hours that her daughter's allegedly like missing. And there's that desperation's not there. Jen was a single mom. Madeline's father married someone else, lived in another state, had a relationship with her, but she's sort of raising her on her own, although she had this on again, off again live-in boyfriend, now accused murderer Stephen Stearns in her life. I want to read a piece of one of the reports where Jen is being interviewed and stating some things, according to investigators. Jen stated that her and Stephen had been dating on and off for approximately 7 years, okay? Jen stated while they were together, they would either all sleep in the same bed, or Madeline would sleep with her when Stephen was not there. When asked if it was normal for Stephen and Madeline to sleep together without her being there, she said, yes. Jen stated if she needed a good night's sleep due to her anxiety, she would ask them, meaning her boyfriend Stefan and her daughter Madeline, to sleep in a different bedroom. And then Stefan stated Madeline always needed human contact when going to sleep. Stefan referred to it as snuggling. Prosecutors have referred to it as sexual abuse. Let's bring in our think tank tonight. Joining us, trial attorney and fellow of the American College Trial Lawyers, Ann Bremner. Also with us, trial attorney, former police lieutenant Rick King, and criminal defense attorney, former federal prosecutor Michael Sterling. Great to see everyone tonight. Ann Bremner, we're speaking with Shannon Butler, investigative reporter down in Orlando. She feels that all the focus is on Stefan Stearns. She's not anticipating anything happening to Jen Soto. Are you surprised, or do you think more could still happen in all of this?
I think more could still happen. Don't you? I mean, she's not desperate. This is her child who's missing. And I'm sorry. I mean, I snuggle with my cats, but this whole snuggling and being in the bed with the boyfriend, it just doesn't pass the smell test. But maybe I was a sex abuse prosecutor for too long.
Rick King, what are your thoughts here? Because there's so much focus on...
How far back do you need me to go, Elizabeth? Oh, okay. 1 second.
Meaning her boyfriend Stefan and her daughter Madeline to sleep in a different bedroom. And then Stefan stated Madeline always needed human contact when going to sleep. Stefan referred to it as snuggling. Prosecutors have referred to it as sexual abuse. Let's bring in our think tank tonight. Joining us, trial attorney and fellow of the American College Trial Lawyers, Ann Bremner. Also with us, trial attorney, former police lieutenant Rick King, and criminal defense attorney, former federal prosecutor Michael Sterling. Great to see everyone tonight. Ann Bremner, we're speaking with Shannon Butler, investigative reporter down in Orlando. She feels that all the focus is on Stefan Stearns. She's not anticipating anything happening to Jen Soto. Are you surprised, or do you think more could still happen in all of this?
I think more could still happen. Don't you? I mean, she's not desperate. This is her child who's missing. And I'm sorry. I mean, I snuggle with my cats, but this whole snuggling and being in the bed with the boyfriend, it just doesn't pass the smell test. But maybe I was a sex abuse prosecutor for too long.
Rick King, what are your thoughts here? Because there's so much focus on, whenever you talk about this case, like Stefan Stearns, the evidence seemingly, if you believe what we've learned from prosecutors so far, is overwhelming, like overwhelming evidence. But a lot of focus is on mom and her reaction, her lack of reaction, and then this strange sleeping arrangement under her roof, seemingly with her blessing, to send her boyfriend with her daughter to another bedroom.
Right. As you were speaking, Vinny, the word overwhelming was the word that I was searching for too when we talked about the evidence against Stefan. But when it comes to the mom, you know, what really gets me is the timing of the events as she laid them out. When she says she sees her getting dressed in the morning and the conflicting times with when they see him dumping her property. It's those things that for me give me a little pause. And it's also her affect when it comes to 12 hours later, when you see her here in this video, and she's not anxious, she's not excited. She is far too calm for a mom whose daughter's been missing for 12 hours.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And there is one point where she corrects Stefan about what she was wearing, Michael. Like Stefan says, oh, she's wearing this, and no, she was wearing black shorts. So mom is like verifying that, yes, I saw her getting dressed for school. I saw what she was wearing in that moment. That's what I heard. So how important, Michael, will it be for investigators to figure out when Madeline was murdered? Like, if this timeline doesn't add up for Jen Soto, does it become a problem?
Yes, Vinny. I think it does become a problem for her if the timeline doesn't add up. because when you add in all of when you add in the totality of the circumstances and all of everything that's around, when you look at her reaction, when you look at that correction she's making to him, when you look at the timeline, the conflicting stories, as Rick pointed out, that becomes extremely relevant and important. What is the timeline? Where were you at? What were you doing? And what was your level of involvement in permitting this sort of awkward arrangement, to say the least? I think that timeline becomes critical, and depending on that timeline, when as investigators continue to do their job, I think Jen Soto should have at least some concerns if I'm her lawyer.
All right, and take a listen. This is Jen being interviewed by WFTV, and this is at the moment where her daughter is missing but has not been found yet.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. She was spotted walking by the church, by the middle school, on the cameras. They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away around 9 a.m. heading towards the school, but she never made it.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and
this woman isn't human. I'm sorry. She's not. She can't be. How do you carry a child for 9 months? Deliver that child, raise that child for 12, 13 years, and allow somebody to harm your child or possibly even do it yourself. I just don't get it.
yeah, that was it. I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah, in my heart, I feel like somebody took her. This isn't like her to just pick up and run away, or just not go to school. I don't know what to think. She was last seen wearing a green hoodie, black shorts, white Crocs, a black JanSport backpack with gray hibiscus flowers on it. She got dropped off in the morning. We did not notice until after school pickup at 4 o'clock when I went to go pick her up, and she wasn't at school.
Even the phraseology for me is problematic. She was last seen wearing, like she's a police officer. No offense, Rick, but she sounds like a police officer there. I mean, like you want the world to find your daughter, and I'm not feeling it. But I don't know her. We never met her before all of this, but it just doesn't seem. It's awkward. Ann?
Oh yeah, very awkward, and the detail, last seen wearing, and the thing that really got me is when all of a sudden she says, like, Eureka, I think someone took her. She's so interested in basically deflecting anything from the partner and being rational and everything else, but very robotic, just the facts, ma'am, like they used to say in that show, and like you said, like she's a police officer. Like she's just reading from a narrative in a report.
Rick, I want to show you a moment. This is from the body camera of one of the responding deputies who was just trying to get some of the basic information about this missing child. And we're going to talk about, the mood in the room and the way the vibe really. Let's watch.
What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
How tall is she?
5'1".
Weight?
110 pounds.
110, 112.
Hair color?
Blonde.
Blonde, like that. Dirty blonde.
Like a dirty blonde?
Yeah.
Okay. Eye color.
Blue.
Any other scars or anything like that? Which you know?
Scars?
No.
Tattoo.
Tattoos. No.
You'd be surprised.
Rick?
It's all very cavalier, man. I don't see any angst or emotion or anything. And you know what's interesting is for me is in the last segment when they were asking her, you know, what's the last conversation you had with your daughter? You know, Vinny, for me, as they were asking the question, and I started just thinking about it, just kind of internalizing what they're asking. For me, I got upset. I was starting to get a little choked up, thinking, you know, what's the last conversation that I would have had with my child before she's missing? Like that makes me feel, you know, a little compassion and sadness. That she was like, oh, you know, she had a birthday party, she had a good time, you know, she liked her presents, and she went on like it was nothing. And I'm here on this side watching it, and I'm getting choked up, and she's not. And that to me is it's telling.
Wow. That's just sad. So very sad. So
It's crazy.
It's beyond crazy completely. I just don't even know what to say.
It's sad because there are a lot of parents out there who do know this stuff's happening, or they are a part of it, or they're doing it themselves. They're, you know, even St. Cloud Santa was doing it, didn't even have kids, but was damn well doing it.
Right.
To area kids, neighborhood kids, filming them in bathrooms, putting a camera in his home in the bathroom, so when they came to play with his grandchildren and use the bathroom, he could film them. Like what the? I'm sorry, my house was the house the kids came to, right? Now, of course, my kids did spend the night with friends from time to time, but friends I knew for a long time. You can't be too careful. My God, it's scary out there.
Right. Thank you, Doodle. And thank you, anybody that donates to these links. I appreciate you very much for that. It does help us out here a lot. So, hold on a minute. I don't think we covered this already. Okay. One moment. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna read this the best I can. I can't blow this up very much bigger, but on February 28th, this is an incident report written by a deputy. 2024, I responded to blank to supervise the execution of a search warrant. During the search, Orange County Forensics was present, photographed the residence, and collected numerous items of clothing and bedding, which were identified as being in contact with the victim during sexual abuse. Most of the items were collected from the downstairs bedroom and divided off sleeping areas in the living room. Some additional items were collected from the upstairs bedroom, identified as with a number 4 on the door. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Dago. I got that, but I haven't read that one yet. So it just said divided off sleeping area in the living room.
Yeah.
That's that area that I saw in the another not on this report here, but the documents that said the same thing about this area in the living room. That's so.
It says that's where most of the items were collected from, the downstairs bedroom and divided off sleeping area in the living room. Yeah.
So according to Jennifer, though, that downstairs bedroom would be hers. There's a king size bed in there that they would all normally sleep together in.
Right.
And then, but when she wanted them to go away, they would go up to the bedroom number 4. Okay. Go ahead.
Hold on a minute. Oh, I forgot what was going on here. Sorry. Let this get away from me. Give me a second. Get us back where we were. One moment. Is this the one? No. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm sorry about that. What did you do, Joe? Oh, that's gray. Hold on. I'm trying to read this. 1 second. We'll get there. Where did it go?
I think it was on the first part of it. I could have sent you those. Sorry, I didn't mean to mess you up, to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You're fine. There it is. Okay. All right. Contact with victim during SOV. Most of the items were collected from the downstairs bedroom and divided up sleeping area in the living room. Some additional items were collected from the upstairs bedroom, identified with the number 4 on the door. After forensics left the residence, a roommate named blank blank arrived and requested items from her bedroom. Excuse me. I escorted her while she collected clothing and toiletries from her room and left the residence. At approximately 16:40 hours, which would be 4:40 p.m., I was notified that Orange County Sheriff's Office emergency response team members located a glove in the wooded area to the north of the apartment. I responded to collect the gloves. The gloves were located approximately 30 feet, 36 feet, 30 feet. 30 feet into the wood line on the ground. One glove was balled up inside the other. I photographed the glove and surrounding area before placing them in the evidence envelope and later turned them over to forensics. At approximately 17:19 hours, forensics manager Vanessa Nylander called me and notified me that they located some of Blank's belongings in the trash, including a single white Croc. CSI Janiak recalled seeing Crocs in the downstairs bedroom. I re-entered the residence and looked in the downstairs bedroom for white Crocs. I located 3 white Croc shoes near the window, 1 pair of women's size 8 and a single left shoe size 5 to 7, which matched the right size 5-7 located in the trash. I took photographs of the shoes, packaged the shoe, and later turned it over to forensics as well. I remained on scene until Kissimmee PD detectives arrived and took control of the scene. So that's a little weird to me. Like, why would you throw one shoe away? Did you get something on it?
Well, so from what there was one shoe there.
Right.
And one shoe not. And the one shoe that wasn't found, he threw away. So I'm wondering, did one come off? You don't put just one. If you were if you were dressing her to get her out of the house, and you did put them both on, did one fall out? They're Crocs. I'm surprised they stayed on. Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
That's all I can figure is maybe one fell off in the process somewhere, and that's why one got thrown away. I don't really know. It's weird, very weird. But I'm not gonna. There's so much going on already. I feel like one may have just fell off.
Absolutely and definitely. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Hold on here. Thank you for the cake, Doodle. That's a good point, Glitter. Okay. I might stutter through this, guys. It's hard to see. I Again, on February 28th of 24, I, Detective Kyle Cole, was tasked with collecting surveillance video regarding this investigation. I responded to 13651 South John Young Parkway, e-smoker online vape shop, and spoke with employee who stated the owner, John Withrow, was at a different shop and had access to the video. I went to the other store location located at 4905 South Orange Avenue, where I met with John and provided him with an evidence submission link via Axon Capture. Using the link, John uploaded a video surveillance clip from the 13651 South John Young Parkway store depicting a white male wearing a blue shirt and black hat entering the store, purchasing items, and leaving shortly thereafter. John also emailed screenshot of list of transactions completed by the subject of the photo, Stephen Stearns. Screenshot was later uploaded into evidence by John via Axon Capture link. See, this guy just went on about life like nothing happened. I don't understand these people, you guys.
No, he just wants you to. You know, I noticed something else when he was talking about how he went up and down the road and the McDonald's, and I'm not familiar with the area. I haven't been, back long, blah, 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 bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But you damn sure knew where all them comic stores were located you were naming off you went to or were going to go to. You
Yep.
knew where all the vape stores were located. You knew exactly where all that shit was. But you couldn't remember the area you pulled off to get the tire change at a strip thing mall. No, you didn't.
Right.
All that was a lie. So, and Paula was right. So when he threw the crock away, the document says he went to the trash compactor there at the complex, and he also threw away tire tread in the tire. Now, going back to what 2-3 weeks ago, Mom, with the list of the documents they had. Anyway, tire tread was on the evidence list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming this is the tread they're talking about.
Right.
They recovered this from that compactor as well as the shoe. I believe that the backpack and the tablet were in the dumpster location, but the shoe and the damn tire were in the trash compactor.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. And notice how calm and collected he was, off with his sausage. Yes, I do agree. Now, I told you guys the other day what I think should happen to him. I think they should put him in a place and do the things to him that he has done to others for the rest of his life, every day.
Yeah, it was all about him.
Yep.
He had anxiety. He needed the tranquilizers. He had to take his damn Ativan. His parents are old. They're deaf. The stupid poodle's annoyed him. I mean, it was like, I'm out of vape juice. I got to go to the vape store. All this shit.
Boo-hoo,
And it's like, where's all the, oh my God, we can't find this child.
Well, because he knew where she was. He knew.
Well, I know, but it was the whole time. It was all about, you could have went a different angle. Okay. I'm saying there's many angles to take if you're guilty and you're trying not to look guilty, but this was all about him. This tells me a ton about his personality and the weirdo that he is. And there's a lot of strange things going back to his childhood. Like, very bizarre.
Do you want to discuss some of those things, Salty? Do you know them? I'm sure you do, but
well, he allegedly had a very abusive mother.
Yeah, I had heard
And that abuse was physical and mental. And there's even accusations that it could have been more.
Uh-huh. That would make sense. I mean, that does happen.
So
psychologically,
there's that, yeah. And we know he didn't like growing up on the farm. He talked about falling into the horse shit when he was talking to the cop about how he had to work on the farm and he didn't like it, and then he fell into the horse poop and all that. It's always about him, I get, if you had a bad childhood, but somebody made a comment though recently about this subject. And, there are a lot of people out there with very bad childhoods.
Right.
But they can overcome that. Even the most severely abused children can grow up and eventually go on to live as healthy and normal as they possibly can with their PTSD and their things, right? You don't have to do what he's doing and what the psycho killers and this Rex Heuermann types are doing and all that. 'Cause he
Mhm.
also had a bizarre childhood. And there you go. That's weird right there. So
Yep.
think about that.
Yeah,
The fact that
exactly.
you know, you raise, I always tease my grandchildren, the boys especially. I ain't raising little hoodlums to unleash on the world or society when you turn 18 and say, good luck. That's on me.
Right. And that 100, listen, folks, here's the deal. I know lots of people that have had bad childhoods. Mine wasn't horrible, but I went through some stuff, okay? Some pretty hefty stuff. My mother was a good person. She was a good mother. She did the best she could when she could. She made some bad choices, okay? But it is what it is. And I made a choice to not relive that in my life. I made a choice to push past that to be a better parent to my children and all of those things, okay? That's a choice, in my opinion. It's a choice. You go through what you go through. It's horrible. It's horrific. Everybody that does, it's horrific. I'm not downplaying it at all. That's where, when you become an adult, you have a choice to change that on your own. You have a choice to break that mold, to push forward, and to make things different in your life. You don't carry it on and make things worse for you. Okay. Now, I know psychologically, my wife has explained this to me. Sometimes people don't see what they're doing is wrong because they don't, because of what they've been through. It's a normalcy to them. Now, on the other side, I just looked at her when she told me that, like, are you out of your mind? And
Well,
she goes,
that's true. They don't know any better.
but
Okay, now that's not an excuse, like on
exactly.
lower level stuff. There's just some people out in this world making their way through it that I have to come to terms. They don't know any better.
Well, and that's,
And
yeah.
especially when you meet their parents and you're like, oh.
Yeah, right. That's it
And you
right
might
there.
get to meet their parents, then you're like, oh, you got to break that generational curse, man.
Thank you. And I looked at her and I said, but that's an excuse, hon. She goes, and I know what you're gonna say. She goes, don't chop me up. You know what I mean? Meaning like freak out. She said, yes, I'm saying that some ways they don't know better, but they do know right from wrong, and they know, whether they know better or not, they know that what they're doing is wrong. So in a sense, it's an excuse. A lot of people use that as an excuse. You have to put past that. She goes, so I'm not saying that that's a good thing. You know what I mean? She goes, but you have a choice to go get that help if you know you need it. And some of these people choose not to, because, and I asked her, my wife, I said, because she went to get her degrees, you have to go through case studies, and that's part of your education. You know what I'm saying? I said, in some of those case studies, because I've seen some horrific ones that she was reviewing for that. What do you think that the reasoning behind that was? She goes, in some of these, it was because they wanted to, and this is sick, guys. This is one of the most disgusting things I ever heard, but it's fact. It was related in these case studies. In some of these senses, these people felt that they needed vengeance for what was done to them. So in turn, they gave it to somebody else. And I said, but if you think about that, that's really, really demented, because you know what was done to you and what it caused, the pain it caused you. How could you lay that on somebody else?
Unfortunately is a factor even with serial killers, Dago.
Right. No, I agree.
If they suffered that level, we need to campaign to have your wife on as a guest one day, because we like her way of thinking. But yeah,
Well,
she's right. I mean,
her
it's right. You're
education.
right. I mean, yeah.
It is. And that's how I've learned a lot of the stuff I know, because when she went to school, I was her study partner. So I learned a lot of this stuff with it. You know, I just didn't get every bit of it, but she's helped me through some of this stuff, you guys. She's helped me to see the things that I don't see, that, you know, we'll talk about something and I see this, but she's like, yeah, but look at this. Do you know what I'm saying? So it definitely helps in the true crime realm. I'll tell you that much.
Well, it's understanding the human psyche.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't, because we're too, you know, normally it was be like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
not for everybody, right? And so that's that thing. You got to look at this other side sometimes. It may not make sense, or it's not an excuse, but this
Agree.
is You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. She goes, that's why she got into it, because she was so interested in how the mind works with people and why they do the things they do and what they. Hey, see through. Good to see you. What
She
they.
could get in. She could get into the mind of monsters. Are you still here, Mom? Me and Dago just be talking like
Dippers.
crazy. Me and Dago, we forgot we're on a stream, like we're talking on a Discord call. Dago, we
Yeah,
got to
right.
remember. I have to remember sometimes.
Well,
I'm here.
this kind of stuff is what has always interested me in true crime is the mental aspect of it. What goes through like Dahmer's mind or Rex's mind or this idiot's
Gee.
mind. I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's so interesting to me. I'm not saying that, I'm like, wow, that's cool. No, it's like how and why does this
No,
because
because it's our human nature to want to understand why would
right.
they?
Because
Why
like
would they? Right?
mom, yeah, exactly. In your mind and my mind and mom's mind doesn't work this way. It's so hard to understand why somebody else's mind would. So I want to know how and why, and then you look into their past, the things that happened when they were growing up, or the things that they experienced. That it could have been a traumatic experience one time, guys, one traumatic experience that this 5-year-old child went through that forever broke them for the rest of their life and turned them into this person.
It's a
Or
disconnect.
yeah, or an accumulation of a lot of different things, and then boom, it just starts one day. Or some of these people live absolute. This one blew my mind. I'm sorry to be off subject, but this is really interesting to me, and I figured you guys might be into it too. One of the case studies she did, they don't give names, okay, but some of them I swear belong to people that we know. But one of the case studies was somebody that was a doctor, wasn't a neurosurgeon. It was some form of a surgeon for 45 years. I'm sorry. And had a great life based on what they knew. Came from money, made his own money, did all of these things. And this was based out of Berkeley, California, I think. It's been a while. But anyway, and one day just flipped out and killed his entire family. And I'm talking his wife, 3 children, his mother, his father, his brother, and his sister. 8 people out of Berkeley, California. I believe this is where this happened at. And he was perfectly fine. He got up, went to work, did his job, kissed his wife, his kids, came home. They were going to have a big old family dinner. He walked in the house, put his briefcase down the way this story went in the bedroom or went in the bathroom, took a shower, got all cleaned up. They were putting dinner together, came out of the bedroom with some form of an automatic weapon and just done with everybody all at one time. Put the weapon down, went back in the bathroom, took another shower, changed his clothes, got in his car, and drove away. And there was never any signal, signs, any breakdown, any detachment, disconnect, nothing that happened before that day. And it's like, what the hell? Those are the ones that I was just like, wow.
That's the craziest ones, right?
Yeah, I mean, literally,
I
it
mean,
really
you think that, a lot of incidents have red flags or hindsight, all that stuff. But some just are like, one day, just
yeah, that's scary.
you're like, yeah, you do. The way you
That is
said that.
it is so scary. Like, holy shit, like this could be anybody.
It's late. Y'all go check your doors, make sure they're locked.
100%. Yes.
You hear
100.
a thud, god dang, get up and go check it.
And then the psychologist, I think it was, said that they believe that because he was always perfect, everything in his life was perfect from his childhood to right that moment that day, going through medical school, college, regular college.
Yeah, you just never know, I guess, what mentally if people are suffering from something silently.
Right. It
And
just
they
happened.
hide it well. I think they hide it well is what is happened, really. I don't
Right.
know if they really just wake up and one day they're like, something happened overnight. Now they're a new person. They're going to go do this stuff. I think a lot of them hide it well. And then the ones that do snap and then go do that, they do it for different reasons, and those who may plan something and go do it.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I think that they just hide. I think they hide their crazy well.
I know, and that's the thing is they will cover it up their whole life, guys, until they just can't or don't or choose not to, and then that's when they do what they do. Or, and I do believe that see through that an average person can,
Oh
or
yeah, they an average person can break and will. It can very well have a mental break, but I don't think it can. I don't think it's going to necessarily lead to killing.
they
Right?
should,
I
right?
mean,
It
unless you're
shouldn't be
like
that
in a
way.
heated argument with somebody you just absolutely can't stand, and boom, it's on, and I don't know. I don't try to go there with people, but
Right.
um, yeah, I mean, I've come close to a mental break, and I only say that because I experienced a very traumatic experience when my daughter passed, and
Sure.
eventually it caught up to me, and I literally felt myself going there, and I went and sought the help I needed, right? But I never thought, even with the doctors, they would ask me, and and I was never offended because I know they have to ask these questions if I wanted to harm myself or other people.
Of course.
No, it depends on what they said to me, but no,
Yeah,
and,
right.
but no, so that I don't think that's, it could very well, yes, but on average, I don't think people who are going to break are going to be led to that. It's going to be,
Mm,
a little more severe,
I
maybe.
listen. I felt with my daily life situation that I could snap or break or crack or whatever. A lot of times I have, but I catch myself feeling like okay, wait a minute, stop for a minute. You have people that rely on you. There's people that look to you for this, for that. You need to do this. You need, and I catch myself and bring myself back. But see, not everybody is that person. Not everybody can do that kind of thing, and that's how this happens sometimes when you just say, "Fuck it, I'm out. I'm done. I'm checking out," and they go nuts. Excuse my language, but just saying that does happen, guys. And anything can do it. You lose a job, you have all this stress on you, then you lose your job, then somebody passes away in your life, and then this happened and that, and then boom, it blows up. So I get it. I do. I feel so bad for people that go through trauma that aren't able to get the help that they need or don't see that they're having a problem and they need to go do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just want to reach out and grab them and say, here, come on, let's go.
Yeah, don't be afraid if you feel yourself getting a place you don't want to be, or you shouldn't be, or whatever. Don't be afraid to go get help.
100%, 100. Or if you start to think something that think things you shouldn't think or feel things you shouldn't feel, run, don't walk, and go get help. It's okay. It's don't be ashamed of it. We're only human, folks, and we can only take so much. So, that's it. That's perfect right there. I've done that before in some senses, but a lot of people don't ever come back from it. Never make a permanent decision on a temporary problem. That's it right there, folks. It's fact. So sorry to get off subject, but I love the psychology aspect and things. So this here is on interview. On February 26th of 2024, I, Detective Brittany Bradshaw, responded to blank, 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 blank in reference to follow-up interviews. Interview with blank on February 27, 2024 at 1:05 is blank's best friend of blank, also known as blank. And they have known each other since they were in 4th grade. She is also close with blank's mother. Blank has never told her anything about running away other than, okay, so this is the interview for
That's with one of her friends.
yeah.
Yeah, I took notes on some of these here. From the first. Sorry, I dropped my phone. I took
Okay.
some notes earlier. Yeah, but this is one of her friends that law enforcement interviewed. They
Yeah.
interviewed a lot of people.
Right.
I've got a lot of information on these people. Right. That
Right. I thought
Maddie, Jennifer, and Stefan. But
yeah.
yes, go ahead. This is from one of her little friends.
I thought this one was pretty interesting. I'm kind of picking in
Mhm.
different pieces to read to you guys.
Yeah.
So oh, okay, thanks, Mom. Yeah, this was the little boy that was her best friend, I do believe. So, where are we at here? Also known as blank, they also know each other since 4th grade. She is also close with blank, is the best friend of blank's mother, blah, blah. Has never told her anything about running away, other than if she did, she would run away to the woods and find a place to stay. Blank told her she didn't get along with her mom. Blank had heard from another friend that blank's mom, I'm going to start just saying Steve, okay? Or not, or Mike. We'll say Mike. Mike's mom told her she was going to kick her out of the house and disown her when she turned 18 or 19. She talked to Mike every day on the phone, and Mike would also text her every morning when she woke up. Mike thought it was odd that she did not receive a text from on Monday 26 when she called.
This is Maddie's little girlfriend. This is the little girl that talking to the police and telling them that what normally would go down between her and Maddie. And so apparently the morning of that Monday, she didn't get her normal call and text from Maddie. So when she reached out, Maddie didn't answer.
Right. And then blank further stated blank only mentioned her biological father briefly, but she was always on a call with her stepdad, Stefan. Stefan and blank were always texting each other or talking on the phone. Blank loved him and they were really close. Stefan is blank's mom's boyfriend and he has been in her life for a long period of time. Stefan recently moved out. Yes.
So if you take in what you just read, really,
mm-hmm.
And there's another part in one of the documents that they have Maddie's phone, and there apparently is a lot of communication between Maddie and Stefan.
Right, right.
Now, if you go back to where they're talking about how Jennifer and her were arguing and fighting, I wonder how much of that he perpetuated.
Exactly.
And then he became her safe place, and then did.
It's part of the game. That's exactly how it works.
And with what was just said, though, with the way between her and her mom, they weren't getting along. And they were arguing, but about what? What was happening? You know, was she trying to tell her mom something, or was Jennifer becoming
jealous?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, I know I've said this before. I can't let go after seeing Jen the way that Jen was. I can't let go of the thought that she could have very well been jealous of Maddie and his relationship being as close as they were. And I gotta wonder how involved Jen is. Do you know what I'm trying to say, Salty and Mom?
Yeah.
I know it sounds ridiculous, you guys, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. I've seen stories like this happen before. At her age, it seems a little less plausible. I've seen it happen with girls that were older where there was actually a connection. Okay, what they thought was something.
Yeah.
And the mother is pushed out of the picture completely, so on and so forth. And
Could Maddie have said something? To Jen, in a heated argument or something? Did Jennifer go upstairs at some point? And I don't know. I don't know what to think at this point. But the things that are being said are very bizarre.
There's a few angles that this really takes me to. Okay, you know, Stefan, whatever the hell his name. I can't stand his name. But anyway, he got there at 8 something. Jen got home at 10 something. Did she come home to something? And it pronounced an argument. Was there a conversation that brought an argument up and something was said like, well, he's here for me, not you, or blah, blah, blah. And that snapped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did she walk in on something? That's something else. I mean, there's multiple things that could have happened. And guys, I haven't gone past the thought that he didn't even do this to her. It could have happened with somebody else altogether. I'm just saying, okay? Until we get actual complete facts on this of everything, I'm not going to put anything to the side because we just don't know. So That paragraph right there means a whole lot to me that she stopped me on, guys. It really does. I mean, it could have even been an argument to turn into a fight, see something, and then the strangulation thing could have been, who knows? I don't know, but I just don't know. Where was I at now? Oh, she talked. Never received text further stated. He mentioned her biological father. Okay, yeah, he has been in her life long period of time. She usually talks to him on the phone in the afternoon, night. Blank describes Stefan as very interested in blank and blank. Would tell him about things going on at school. Blank never disclosed to her anything inappropriate that Stefan said or did. And she has never witnessed anything inappropriate between blank and Stefan. Normally, blank's mom, or I guess that would be Maddie's mom or grandparents, bring her to school. She does not recall a time when Stefan has ever brought Maddie to school. Blank stated there are roommates that also live in the home with blank and with Maddie and her mother. She believes it is people who are close to their family but don't have enough money to live on their own. Last time she talked to Maddie was on Sunday, February 25th at 2024 at Maddie's birthday party. The party took place at Maddie's grandparents' home. Neither Maddie's mom nor her mom's boyfriend were in attendance at the birthday party. It was also common for Maddie to talk about getting money for her birthday. Maddie got mad at blank for not giving her any money at for her birthday and complained because she didn't get enough money for her birthday. Maddie left the party at approximately 1900 hours and did not verbally speak with blank again. Blank stated blank does not miss school often but is sick a lot. Oh, gotta wonder if that's about something else. But once when they were at blank told her it would be cool if they ran into the woods and built a house. Blank has never told her that she truly wanted to run away, but did mention that she wanted her own house when she gets older. Has never tried or threatened to harm herself, nor does she ever talk about anyone harming themselves. Blank stated blank allegedly told her mutual friend blank that when she turns 13, she was going to leave the house and never come back. Blank also communicates with her sister and father, who's living in Washington, D.C., believes blank is close with her sister. Blank also talks to different random people through Roblox. She is unaware if blank has ever met up with any of the strangers she speaks with. She is also unaware if blank has ever engaged in any inappropriate conversations with older men. Older women, blank has never older women. I'm sorry. Blank has never disclosed anything about sending and receiving inappropriate photos. Her Roblox username is blank blank, and she has Instagram but does not know her username. Also has a YouTube Shorts account under the username blank. On her YouTube account, blank will post videos of her dancing with her face covered. Blank had planned on showing her face on her YouTube account once she reached 200 subscribers.
So that was Maddie.
Yeah, that was all Maddie.
Maddie had a YouTube account with some shorts on it, and so apparently she would dance, and her face was covered, and that was her deal. When she reached 200 subscribers, she would reveal her face.
Right.
I don't guess she had gotten there yet. She also had the Discord.
Instagram.
We knew that there was Discord under Maddie's name in the documents a couple weeks ago, but we weren't sure if that was her account or an account he did using her name, right?
Right.
Posing as a girl, but apparently it was her account. And one of the friends mentioned that throughout. But so she did have some social media accounts, but I think she was being a normal kid on those accounts. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Not doing inappropriate, or she wasn't communicating with other adults and things of that nature.
Gotcha. Right. Absolutely. Crazy stuff. Well, here's the thing, Paula. if she was jealous, why would she tell them to sleep together? To keep him happy, to keep him around, to keep him coming back. I mean, it could be any of that or none of that. I'm just saying these are just
That
like
well, that's because that happens, and
right.
I do know someone that happened too. Mom wasn't in on anything, like participating, but was aware of what was happening, but chose not to do anything about it
Right.
because it was, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. There's no excuse for it. It should have never ever have happened, but it does happen, Paula. Unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
why talking about this is so important. Maybe there's that one woman sitting there thinking, I've wondered if this is happening in my own home, and I didn't ever have anyone to talk to or anything to compare what I think are red flags to. And this is what I'm hearing. Or the woman who is allowing it and secretly is never going to breathe a word of that to anybody
Yeah.
might hear this and think for a moment,
Yeah.
he's not
change.
worth it. That's
Right.
my child. He ain't worth it.
Hopefully. Hopefully. That's all you can say. Oh my God. So we're calling Stephanie running to school and is anything okay. So then we have blank stated there are roommates that also did I do that already? Yeah, I did. Okay, moving on down. Sorry guys. Blank stated that when they would text each other, it was through the normal text messages on their iPhones. She is unaware if blank had any texting applications on her phone. Did not have a boyfriend, but a crush named whatever that is that goes to school with them. She claims that he does not like blank and ignores her ignores her text messages. They also do not hang out with each other. Blank did not disclose that she wanted to skip school on February the 26th and has not asked blank to skip school with her. She only knows that blank takes medication for ADHD and possibly bipolar disorder. She described blank as impulsive, having mood swings, and symptoms of bipolar disorder. Blank last took her medication on February 14th and would tell everyone about not taking them. Blank told her she liked not being on the medication because she has more energy when she take it. She is not aware of blank participating in any risky, inappropriate behaviors for her age. She does not know if blank is hanging out with anyone older outside of school or running away with anyone. She only knows that blank is close with her stepdad and talks to him a lot. And that's probably all his doing.
Yeah, and they're establishing that that was the only adult in her life that she was communicating with or engaged with in anything inappropriate, right?
And it was probably him being paranoid, staying in contact with her, making sure that she's not talking about things, making sure that
and that's part of the grooming, that trust, that bond. He created this bond with her when she was a little girl, and it's fucking sad, but
it is, and that's how he kept control.
It's not sad's not even the word. That's evil.
Yeah, and then some.
It's evil, and thank God this guy is in Florida. That's all I can say right now. And Mom, I'm a little envious because I may have to come visit you. I may have to start saving money right now because if this asshole goes to trial, I want to be there because I want to follow this case all the way through to the death penalty. And if I'm still alive, which I doubt I will be because that's going to put me pretty damn old. If he lived that long to live on death row, I wouldn't mind being there when that happened.
Right.
It wouldn't bother me. I'm not his maker. I can't judge him on that level. So, yeah.
I plan on being at the trial. They've already set a trial date, and I plan on being there.
That's right. It is set for what June. It's coming up, right? July.
In July. Uh-huh.
July. Damn.
Do you think it'll be it'll be open to the public to film and stuff like that, or no?
If it is open to the public, I'm going to be sitting right there in that courtroom if I have to use every bit of my PTO.
Yeah, it's Florida. It'll be open courtroom. She'll be able to get in, and it will probably be on. Now, if Court TV will probably air this trial if it goes to trial,
If
and
I
if
can't
not,
film, I'll be live tweeting the whole time sitting there.
yeah. And Mom, don't I think Osceola has the live courtroom feed as well, like we have here. I mean, a lot of the counties in Florida do. You know how Judge and them have their live feeds, Dago. Florida has the same setup. So in
And I
Florida,
already said that.
yeah,
The
we
day
don't
that
have the we got the sunshine law out here, like the mega sunshine law. So
Yeah, and if that's the case, I'll be streaming it obviously as it goes on, so we can follow it from the beginning to the end.
like I said, I plan on being sitting there and live tweeting if I can't film it. And not only that, if I'm still around the day that he gets his justice, they won't let me in there. I'll be standing in the parking lot.
Right.
there you go. And I'm ready for you to be there. I want you to report back to me or us and let us know play by play what has happened. It's going to be a tough one to sit through. I will be surprised if he doesn't try to work something out with the state, but I don't know what. I mean, other than pleading guilty and saying I did it, I mean, what else you got? I mean, you can't give them anything to, take anything away from what they already got, right? It's going to help them get a better charge. So,
I think he's 30. How old was he? 33? No.
No, he was, shit. I had it in my head this morning but I've listened to so much today. It's
I've got it
crazy.
right. It'll take me a second to pull it up. I'll just
Go
look
ahead,
and see
Mom.
if the
Thank you.
docs dropped yet, because they'll eventually drop.
They will. I didn't check today, Mom, but I did check late last night again. I didn't see anything. Haven't
I
checked
took a
this
half a
morning.
day off, but I've been checking ever since I've got on the laptop.
That document, by the way, folks, that was Care Up Gray Hughes. So
Yeah, that's the they all did like the FOIA on that, the 896 pages.
yeah, I didn't do
Florida,
that.
it will all be it's redacted, yes, but you get them. And anyway, it's not on the dockets yet. I mean, it's the list of things that's going to be coming down, but the actual ones they should be showing up any day for us to be able to get.
Okay.
But the people who have them, a few of them will be releasing them. They're just taking their time, because
I
these
should
things
be able
are.
to get a copy of them. I just haven't reached out yet.
I will. Yeah, I will get
I
them. when we
haven't.
drop.
I think, Mom, is it like 15 cents a page or something?
Well, isn't there a website called
But you can get through the clerk of court's office. I mean, I know how to get them, but I think that it's like 15 cents a page or whatever, which I didn't do the math yet. I didn't even think about it. I just know I read that on the website, so I wasn't sure.
How many pages were there? 986.
896, I believe, Dago total.
Yeah, that's it. 896. Okay.
Osceola's backwards. They don't take any payments over the phone. They don't take any payments through the
Nothing
internet.
No
You have to
email or
drive-
phone?
Nope. You have to drive down there and pay them for the documents if you pick them up. If you're going to get them.
Well, hellfire, we may have to give you some money.
When Eric, the document dropped before last, I was working and he got somebody else. I don't want to put her name out there, but he got somebody else to go grab them because I got off work and was headed down there, and he texted me and was like, I got them. I already got it taken care of because I was headed down there to pay it. Not with this case. Not with this case. I will see this through to justice if I'm here long enough.
Yeah, I can just, I got the link. I can see I can see the docket and everything and all the stuff, but those that were not there as of late last night. And like I said, I haven't even checked today.
They're not there. I just checked about an hour ago.
Yeah. And they'll come, and it's going to take a while to get through everything, in between the three of us doing different things. it'll be gone through. It's just it's amazing that Mom, do you have any
Pacer.
thoughts on why they wouldn't have arrested Jen, or if she would even be a suspect, or why not?
Yeah.
Because
Well, sorry.
In my opinion, I think that they're taking their time.
Yeah.
Because just like they did with him, they're going to take their time and they're going to make sure that they have a solid investigation against her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I believe that.
I agree.
I just wonder how much more they would need after just a little bit that I've read, but I know what you mean. You got to have proof that she knew anything.
Exactly, and that's probably hard to prove unless they have like physical evidence of showing something. You know what I mean? But at the same time, again, I think they want a rock solid case to make sure that they.
I think at the least neglect, right? In Florida, child neglect, there's endangerment.
Yeah.
There's a list of things that could be charged on that level. But as far as criminal intent with the death or anything else, I don't know if they can prove that.
Well,
without,
I hope
you know what I mean. I don't know. Strange.
I hope they do.
I hope so too. I mean, in the least, if she didn't participate in any of that and wasn't responsible for any of that, at the least, she is responsible for child neglect and endangerment, in my opinion.
Right.
He was born in 86. He's 38-ish.
38.
Yeah.
Creepy black-eyed bastard. I mean, he is.
He pays hundreds of dollars. Even that body cam footage too. The docket had it before anybody else.
Yes.
Eric pays.
I just can't afford to do that yet, guys. I'm not.
I certainly
I'm not
can't.
that big yet. So.
Well,
the
I'm
body
not working. I couldn't imagine doing that.
The body cam footage is expensive because it's body cam footage, but the paper documents, really aren't that much. But if it's a big large load like this, it adds up, of course.
Agreed. Oh, wait a minute. What is that?
Yeah, Heather. I said the website kicked me out. I had to sit here and wait a few minutes to get back in it. It's because I sat in it too long earlier.
It says stop prying, Mom.
Yeah, they can kiss my hind ends.
Look, I'm having to look down and see Brian Paula say he's 37, and I see Brian. And I look up and I say, "Prying, Mom, quit prying, Mom."
Dude, I'm telling you, I'll be all on their website.
I'm all for the prying. Let's pry, y'all.
It needs to be heard. It needs to be brought to awareness, folks. It's something that if you see this case and the way this unfolds, it could stop another situation from happening.
And let's point out too, this is a big deal for two reasons.
Oh, I've got his birthday. What am I thinking?
This autopsy won't be released in Florida because of things like the new laws and Mom for helping make that happen.
Right.
Gannon didn't have that. And we saw what happened with Gannon's autopsy. Yes. We don't need to see all of that to know what we need to know, right?
Not at all.
And also the fact that he's charged with the death penalty in Florida for these acts. Before this new law, he wouldn't have been.
Agreed.
So
and I'm very grateful.
I just, I hope it's an example case. I hope it sets precedent, and I hope it does exactly what it's intended to do. And I hope it's not seriously challenged. And if it is, I hope it's, whatever, fuck that. It needs to be the law. This dude don't deserve anything less than what the state of Florida is just put on the table. In my opinion, I'm sorry. I don't make this about the DP, but I'm from Florida and I'm used to old Sparky and shit. So this is like a non-issue to me. I'm not Jesus, but I don't make the law, but if we got it, let's use it. And he deserves it.
His date of birth is April 25th, 1986. I knew I had it. It just took me a minute.
April 25th,
Glitter.
1986.
We did watch that video, Glitter, and yeah, I was covering some of the search warrant documents. I was. At some point when I do get access to like full documents, I'm gonna do a full show on everything about it.
And
So
crazy enough, they said that I don't know, I think it was very early on, like a day, within 24 hours, I think it is. They even tracked his father, Stefan's father. They were like really on that, like knowing his movements, where he was, interviewing him. So I haven't seen that document yet, but I did hear some readings from it. If that's what one of the things they were doing.
And that's the only person that's been talking to him in jail that I know of.
They're going to be releasing those jailhouse calls, because let me tell y'all, during Casey Anthony, her and her mom and daddy had some long, interesting jailhouse calls, and every bit of that got released pre-trial, right? Every bit of it, because this is Florida. Here it comes. Y'all want to see a show? You fixing to get one, right? So, especially pre-trial. Don't give me that, oh, it's going to hurt the case bullshit. It didn't hurt Casey. But anyway,
excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something. Just give me a second. Continue speaking, please, within yourself.
Glitter, you talking about the documents that just dropped like a week ago? The search warrant, like the Discord and the TikTok and all that. If you are in Discord, you're welcome to join mine. There's all kinds of stuff in there. And we got fishing.
I tried that fishing game. Well, I didn't. I think I did. Look, and Discord, I used to play. Well, it said to do, I think it was a / command, whatever. But I'm used to that in other Discords I used to be in that played games. But when I did the command, nothing happened. Or if I did, no, wait, it told me something. But I was like, whatever. I don't get what's going on.
Thank you, Glitter. Yeah, as soon as I see something or I get something messaged to me, it goes straight in Maddie's tab. You never been in Discord? We have a good time in there. It's a little rawer than you'll see on the channel, though. We had a fun meme thing going tonight on our opinions of the monster.
Man, normally it is super quiet at my house at night, right? Way out here in the country. And this dude way over there across that field's got a dog. And you never hear this dog. He'll chase him when he's out on that four-wheeler. Sometimes that's about it and whatever. This dog has been barking for hours. I'm not shitting. No, it's not. And look, I'm in true crime too deep. I get crazy. It's dark over there, which is not too uncommon. But this dog's been barking for a long fucking time.
Dude, ever since that big rain we had the other day, of course, I'm surrounded. I've got 4 swamps. There's 2 swamps on either side of the property. The frogs are so loud tonight.
Are they? I love it.
They are
Do you
so
like
loud.
it?
They're just singing. I miss home, so I love the frogs.
Yes, me too.
If I wasn't scared of the cougars, I'd be sitting out there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
When I was in Alabama, our brothers, I stayed there. I stayed there. I lived there like 2 years with him because he's raising his daughter. And anyway, I went up there to stay for a while and helped him out and stuff. But I loved sleeping with my window like open because of the sound from outside. You know what I mean? The frogs and the crickets. That's what I grew up listening to, that lullaby that takes me to sleep. Man, I loved it. But when I sit out here at night, I can hear them if it rains good. Yeah.
I lived in Las Cruces. I had to call my mom and make her stand out on the back deck and let me listen to the bullfrogs.
Hell yeah.
I'd get homesick.
Welcome, Nicole.
I love
22. Became a member. Appreciate that very much. Welcome to the sauce. And we got a new meatball on board, folks.
It beats the hell out of walking outside and hearing traffic and sirens and bullshit.
Frogs and animals is all I hear out here.
That's what we're just talking about, is the frogs. We love them, but I don't think you do. Did you say you did or didn't?
I don't. Well, here's what I don't mind them, but I don't like when they get in my pool. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
have with them. That's all. So, this is from 2 hours ago. It's just a news break. That's all it is. Just like to show you guys these things, like always. So let's check this out, and then we'll move on. All right, here.
Details tonight in a case we've been following for months. New documents shed light on how law enforcement was able to find the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto.
Soto went missing in February, found 5 days later in a wooded area of Osceola County. West Shoe's Haley Crumble Home went through 900 pages of newly released documents detailing how law enforcement found her. Haley?
So with camera footage and eagle-eyed witnesses, it helped law enforcement narrow in on certain areas. I spoke with a witness who talked to police about spotting the car belonging to the man accused of killing Madeline Soto in Osceola County. That man didn't want to speak on camera with me. He just said he wants to see justice for Madeline.
We did discover what appears to be a body.
Back in March, the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto was found in a wooded area near Hickory Tree Road in St. Cloud, 5 days after she was reported missing.
Okay. Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called school.
Newly released documents shed some light on how law enforcement zeroed in on the area. The documents include a report from a crime analyst supervisor tasked with identifying areas of interest to search based on tips received and video footage gathered. It says they were contacted by a man on March 1st who saw a news conference and wanted to report a possible sighting of the car belonging to Stephen Stearns, the man now accused of killing Madeline. The man said he saw the car on February 26th, the day Madeline was reported missing, pulled off of Hickory Tree Road around 1:30. He told law enforcement he saw a person with a tire iron in his hand outside of the car. The day the witness talked to law enforcement, he had actually taken photos of the spot where he saw the car. He also showed them the same spot on a map. Law enforcement was able to get video from a street near Hickory Tree Road and found a possible match to Stearns' car traveling on Hickory Tree just before 2 o'clock. Law enforcement went to the area. They spotted lock gates on the east and west sides of the road. After the property owner unlocked them, it was only a few minutes of walking around before they noticed a pair of blue jeans and ultimately Madeline's body. Stearns is facing charges of first-degree murder for which the state intends to seek the death penalty if he is convicted. He is currently being held in the Osceola County Jail. Back to you.
That's a good one. I need to use that link in my TikTok. I use that station a lot. See, that man saw the press conference according to the document. And once he saw the press conference, he contacted the authorities and told them about that car. But something about that guy that day, he made eye contact with him and he had that tire tool in his hand. He thought enough to take a picture of the location, but didn't act on it that day. But he didn't know anything was going down, right?
Right.
Other than this weird guy with the black eyes, dark eyes, or, tire tool, whatever. And then when he saw the press conference, see, that's the importance of having things like that.
Right.
Because that man saw it and prompted the call and even had the picture he took of the location and it matched. And when they got the coordinates and when they, and like Mom, you had stated when I talked to you about the location, because you've been there and you were telling me that was bamboo, patch there. That's exactly what they described is the bamboo. And I had bamboo. One of my old houses, we had bamboo across the backyard, and we lined it up just like that. And so that's where what I was wondering, because and I talked to Mom about this, heading out there, like going towards St. Cloud, there's wooded areas on around down that highway around, right? So he stopped long before that. Did he stop there because of that flat tire? That patch of bamboo happened to be there.
There's woods a half a mile from where he dumped her. Like on both sides of the road, there's thick
Do you
woods,
think
and
he
then there's
panicked when he got there and nobody was around, so he just put her there because it was there?
I
when
think it
you
was
come
in
out
a
of the
hurry.
curve.
But go ahead,
You
Mom.
got houses. You got houses, patch of woods, a bridge, and then when it's not a bridge, it's a creek, or I mean, we call them a creek where I'm from. I don't know what the hell they call them down here. It's a creek to me.
Yeah.
But you come across a little concrete creek bridge, and when you come across it, there's woods on both sides, and then there's another small patch of woods, and then once you get around the curve, because you come around this big curve, I mean, you'll see it whenever I drive up there. I always stream right when we're going up there, so people can see. And you drive around the curve, but when you get around the curve, as soon as you start seeing the fence row, it's cattle fields. This side's like a hay field.
Yeah.
This side's a cattle field, and then there's not a house. I mean, we drive. I mean, I don't really time it. I guess it takes about 45 seconds to get from the memorial, which, I mean, you're doing 60 miles an hour down that road. I think the speed limit's 55, but either way, you come around the curve, but the way that house sits, it's back. It's not on the road. It's like it's a farmhouse. So it's like way back off the road, and then you got a U-turn, like a driveway that U-turns.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another like cattle field on the other side, and then Old Hickory Tree, it just keeps going. I mean, it's a long road. It keeps going all the way back around the other side. So where he dumped her at, it's open right there. Like other than that crappy little bamboo.
And that highway, that highway there, if you kept going where he stopped, if he had kept going, that would have led to St. Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right there. It was literally right there.
Yeah. Right around. Right. And that's where all the woods are, right, Mom? Around the bend, around, like you're saying, the curbs.
No, the woods are back this way. So the way we always do it is we always go. That's what irritates me so bad when I listen to that freaking audio of him. Oh, I don't remember where the McDonald's was. Hell, I can take you to the McDonald's. I can take you to the gas station.
And that's what I was saying, that it's crazy he didn't know where anything was at, but he freaking knew where those damn comic book stores were at. And he knew where the vape stores were at.
Because I don't eat before we go.
What about
Last time we went, he stopped at the McDonald's. I told him, I said, I'm not eating at this McDonald's.
Right.
No,
I can't do it.
Oh. Yeah. No, because you're just going to be thinking of something else. You're going to lose your appetite.
So, when we leave our memorial, because I can't eat before we go, because I'm focused the whole time going down there. And when we leave, we always wait till we get back into Orlando to eat, because I can't do it. And that's like the McDonald's, and then if you keep going, there's an Arby's, but I don't really care for Arby's. And then we ate at some little fancy restaurant one day. I don't even remember what the hell the name of it was, but I cannot eat at that McDonald's. Like, I can't do it. I won't stop at that gas station.
It's a somber feeling when you are in true crime and something happens close to your home and you're able to go view it, or you can't help but see it. Like with Gannon, if I need to go to Pensacola and I'm going to a certain side of town, I have to go the direction that takes me right past where he was found, right past his memorial. And coming up on it, before I ever get to it, I'm already having that feeling. You know what I mean? And it's that gut wrenching feeling, because I can never get a thought out of my mind that I wish I had been coming across that bridge and saw that U-Haul sitting there.
Yep, I get it. Because
It wouldn't have changed what happened to him, but it might have changed some. I could have got her a little quicker, but they knew. Yeah. Anyway, That's a whole other nightmare. But yeah, and it's the same. So I get the emotions you're feeling when you talk about going there and you can't eat, and then afterwards it's just not. No,
I
your
just
mind
can't
is
do it.
totally on. Yeah, it's on something different. And these kids, and look at the difference between, and like I said, we're going to know what Maddie's cause of death was eventually, especially if we get to trial. Right now, we know what's being said. But with Gannon, he didn't have the protections in place that he does now. And mom doesn't talk about it enough, but she helped make that happen and it needed to happen. There's no reason. Florida has enough sunshine laws that we're going to get a ton of information as it is. We don't really need to see a child's, I don't care what happened, who they were, none of that matters to a parent. No one needs to see that autopsy or any attached reports except for the parent. There are
Nope.
things that will come out in court, and that's fine, but it's not that's private, very, very, very private, and it protects the victims.
For
And that's
sure.
they get lost so much. Victims get lost in every single case we deal with. I don't care if it's Delphi, Idaho, Sebastian. This case, Maddie, I don't. That's why I don't want no crazy brought in here. We
Right.
can't. We don't need it. My God, this dude's crazy enough.
Yeah, it's the whole case.
The fact that the mother is what the fuck, Jennifer, is bad enough. So we don't need nothing else. I mean, god dang. Real life is real life. Accept it.
That's why I'm such
Monsters
a pit
are
bull over
everywhere.
her case. I'm,
Yeah. She's
I'm
something.
straight up a pit bull. Her and Riley, I can't help myself.
Well, yeah. Well, we all should be that way. Protective of these cases. And I was that way with Delphi because that's two little girls who deserve answers. They deserve the truth, no matter what that truth is.
Yes, ma'am.
No matter who was responsible, just like Idaho 4. Same thing.
Did you see where Riley's family is challenging the autopsy, supposedly?
For real, the latest one?
Yeah.
The independent one?
I believe. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I got
I took a break today. Like after I got off work, I didn't come over here until I popped in Discord about 2 hours ago, something like that. 3 hours ago. I have to step away. I have to take a breather. You know what I mean? And especially during the week, because work drains my soul as it is. So I just kind of like backed away and just been checking DMs because people constantly, sending me stuff or emails or families are reaching out to me. So I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them or anything.
autopsy as a says family investigator. Hold on a minute here.
Has SF said anything about that?
He's pissed. I mean,
yeah,
I mean about what Dago just said.
I'm looking right now to see if there's anything new.
To see if Riley's, because he's the investigator right now working with
pretty much
family.
the only one I trust on this out here besides law enforcement.
Oh, well, I think he's working for the family in the official capacity. So
right. Hold on a minute here.
He's also searching for a girl right now too. So
yeah,
he
usually has multiple fires going.
Mm-hmm. If he's not training, he constantly does STAR training too. If he's not training, then he stays busy. The man stays busy.
Yeah, he was so busy in Chelsea Grim. I mean, yeah.
He said he did say 8 hours ago. Oh boy.
Oh, you said, oh boy. What did he say, Steve?
He says that. I'll show you.
I may have seen it. I'm not sure.
Thanks again, Doodle. I appreciate that, hun. Says that I found Coppendorfer's source. It's called something called Whiskey Riff.
They're all giving Coppendorfer. She's making a fool of herself all over Twitter for the past few days. It's been bad. And people are giving her straight up hell.
But she's making a fool out of herself.
Well, y'all think YouTube gives this lady hell? Twitter gives it to her, and she don't seem to care.
Right. Either that or she just doesn't get it. I don't think she gets some of the things that are said to her. It's pretty sad, actually.
I can't get over the video of her running up and taking that photo
I know.
and running away in the middle of the day. You
Yeah,
FBI detective, you.
That's so ridiculous. I don't see anything more than that. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of wait on the new docs to come down, or the rest of these, and they'll start trickling out, and if they end up in the case files, we'll be able to access them.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
I
get them
can
either
get them.
way.
Mom can get. Yeah, we'll get them. And we can start, going over them. I'll do things about them. I know you guys will do as well. It's just, it's a horrendous case, and it's not the only case out there. It's just, that we social media and mainstream media, but more social media alone is share more stories, right? So we hear about these things more. And remember, she went missing the same day Sebastian did. Remember, Dago, we were all like digging into this one
Oh
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
few
It was
days, and
very
we
weird.
knew about Sebastian. We touched on it. We were watching. We were in watching for Maddie. We were in Maddie, and then she was found, and then we had to wait for he got arrested. Then we had to wait, and
Yeah.
we were all just like, now we can solely focus on Sebastian. Look what all that's become.
Agreed.
And,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's these kids matter no matter what has
They
happened to
do.
them,
They
and
absolutely do.
whatever happened to them needs to be found out, and whoever's responsible punished.
100%. And again, if it's foul play, or if there's a regularity of something going on, the awareness needs brought to that as well. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
And
it's big.
hold legitimate light where it needs to be, right?
Agree.
There's dark and there's light. And we sometimes don't remember that there is really legit dark, and
Right.
people are going to be that no matter what we do. So you just kind of find that balance, and it can be hard to, stay in the light.
100%.
We're not all perfect. We all get out of that light sometimes, but I try not to go too far away from it.
I agree. So he did post this. I love Steve because he puts things out for what they are. He says, this is 14 hours ago. Certain we will see soon Coffindoffer and Court TV, because Court TV put out something about the autopsy as well for Riley. Start to backtrack on their incorrect statements about Riley for that reason. I want to make...
Well, she went and made tweets stating that she had copies or information about the autopsy.
Right.
And that this instated her whatever. And then she went on Court TV apparently and stated the same thing.
Yep.
That stated something as fact that the family or anybody else had not put out there as facts.
Right.
Yet. So that's what Steve's addressing.
Yeah, and it says, that's what it says right there. June 10th, Coffindoffer stated the full autopsy has been released. This is simply false. Even when she appeared on Court TV later, they stated the autopsy was still pending. The medical examiner's office also confirmed to me that the autopsy has not been released, and nobody has been given an early look because it's still being written by the pathologist. Her statement is a lie. See, this has got to stop this kind of crap. Coffindoffer went on to state that there were no drugs in his system. The later tweets, she claims that law enforcement was given a copy of the toxicology report. When she appeared on Court TV, they even ran a banner saying Riley Strain's toxicology report released. This is false. It has not been released because Coffindoffer and Court TV continue this false reporting. I have disclosed that I do have a copy of the toxicology report. I have had it for weeks. I was given a copy so I could use it in my ongoing investigation into Riley's death. I have not shared or discussed it with Riley's family or friends because it's part of the total autopsy. The right way, the ethical way, the compassionate way for this process to play out is for the medical examiner's office to notify Riley's family of the completion of the reports and to answer any questions they may have. They are owed the grace of finding out the information first, and then a public release can be made. But Court TV, and especially Coffindoffer, have no regard for the feelings of the family. It's about breaking the news. But the news they are breaking is not accurate. As I said, I have the certified toxicology lab report. I've had it for weeks. Coffindoffer stated, and I quote, "There were no drugs in his system. See screenshot attached." This is wrong. It's 100% wrong. I will not go into detail about what's in the tox report, but Coffindoffer is wrong. So that tells its own story, guys. And even after I told her she was wrong, she chose to double down and taunt me instead of thinking of the family she is hurting. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know what?
She's gonna keep on. She'll hurt her own credibility as she's done in the past.
She was talking out the side of her neck about Steve.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Real quick. Sorry.
When she got in her little high school girl locker room fight with Sarah on Twitter, and it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And then finally, Coffindoffer goes on Twitter and she's like, Sarah, per our agreement with News Nation, we're not supposed to be doing this. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Your agreement with News Nation? Y'all aren't on News Nation, you're on Twitter. Right? Because they're both correspondents or contributors or whatever, you know, to the channel. So I guess they didn't want them publicly arguing. Whatever. Sarah gave that woman exactly what she deserved, but she backed off. I mean, I don't know. She backed off for a lot of reasons other than just Jennifer Coffindoffer. But yeah, so crazy. She's, I don't know. The people who follow her.
Did me with Maya's case because the pictures that they released of the limo.
Yeah,
I tore into that little anchor. I mean, I lit her up. She didn't block me. I'm really actually surprised she didn't block me. We still interact today, but I let her know how I felt about it. And
There's
she came
times
back. Me and her went at it for about a day and a half.
There's times I'm watching stories that they're doing about certain cases, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what'd they just say? Right? Compared to what I know I've seen or heard elsewhere. And it's not just with them, it's other places too. But yeah, they seem to, just get it right. Just get it right, damn it.
You know, you got some of these YouTube careers are like, well, it was on Court TV. It was on mainstream media. Do you think mainstream media is just going to put out misinformation? Yes, I do. I've seen them do it numerous times.
Well, I've seen them do it. I've seen YouTube do it. Right? So
it's normal.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing it for years. A lot of people have. And that's why I really don't watch. I don't watch a lot of TV. I mean, rarely at all. And when I do, if I do watch like anything on Court TV or whatever, for instance, it's because I see it on YouTube, right? If I'm on YouTube and it's on my feed, I will see it. And I do watch a lot of the things. So it depends on what it's covering. But I can tell if they're feeding me some shit that I know they can't corroborate, right? Or if it's completely wrong. And I don't get it. So I don't watch a lot of what they do there, except a trial maybe, because they can't really lie about a trial because you see it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't watch them. I don't watch them unless, like you said, unless it's a trial. I think, and actually, I think the last trial I watched with them was Daryl Brooks or Darrell or however the hell you say his name. I think that's the last trial I watched with them.
I haven't watched a full trial in a long time.
I work too damn much to watch a full trial.
Yeah,
I mean, Harmony.
There's a couple I do. I wish we had cameras in Delphi, but we're not going to have. It's not going to happen. So it's whatever. But there's a few I would like to, but a lot of them I'm like you. I don't have the time, so I can get recaps or whatever. But or there's a lot of people who do YouTube streams that stream these trials, so I go there and watch them too.
And just like the trials that are going on right now, I don't want to get none of that on my boot, so I just been staying the hell away from it.
I don't do that one trial that's going on right now with all those officers involved. I've avoided that trial at all costs the entire time.
I want to do that because when it first happened, you know, I have a lot of people that follow it, that follow me on Twitter. I made one tweet, and it was a 3-day event, and I said, you know what, I'm going to treat this like the plague. I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah,
and I haven't.
Oh yeah, the minute I was like, oh no, I already can see where this is going, and I'm not going to there.
I don't want no
Plus,
part of that
yeah.
mess.
And Delphi was really starting to do a lot of things, and I was really following that too. So I was like, you know what? I'll just follow from afar, and I have, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, see something, say something. Every time I hear somebody go grounds, I think about him. Objection, I think about him like I'm scarred forever now.
I know, right? Oh my God, that guy.
But it was like watching a train wreck the whole time that trial was going on. Like I would wake up and grab my laptop and go outside and sit on the sun deck, watch it. I couldn't help myself. I even had Tater watching it with me.
Yeah.
As horrible a person as he was. Yeah, Mystery. I wouldn't touch that trial with a 10-foot pole. I want no part of that. I got into a whole Twitter war over freaking a post, and I wouldn't even like putting my normal opinion out there.
It's odd anymore, and it's not just Twitter, and it's not just YouTube. It's almost like anytime a case happens right now, you're almost society wants you to choose a side, or you know what I mean? And it's like, no, that's not what's supposed to be happening. What's actually happening right now? It's like I'm standing in the middle, looking around, going, "What?" I'm watching everybody divide up, and I'm like, it scares me. Like, what's happening? Why am I being told to choose a side? And that's what was happening. It happened in Idaho 4. It was starting to happen in Delphi. And no, look, there's a lot of differences in those two cases. I don't know if either one of them dudes are guilty. That is not, I can't decide that shit yet. I haven't seen a lot of anything except probable cause. One may be weak, one may be strong, it might be down the fucking middle. I don't know. It's there. We'll see. You know, but there's a lot of in-betweens between the time it happens and the trial, of course, to discuss a lot of things. It's just it becomes scary when you feel like you can't go and talk about it because you know you got to pick one or the other. It's like, no, really, don't. I don't. Like, I'll just shut up, you know, before I had that argument with people. It's bad.
I gotta go to bed, guys. I gotta work in the morning.
I just was gonna say, I seen a couple people saying that. Have a good night, Mom. I appreciate you joining me.
Yeah, good night, Mom. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I guess I'm probably gonna bring it to a close, and we'll get to the other side of this tomorrow. But to understand what he was saying, folks in there, he has the toxicology report, and her saying that there's no drugs in his system, he's saying is wrong. So that'll tell you right there what it is. So I appreciate you guys joining me tonight.
Yeah.
I said C's cluster. Oh, sorry about that. So this was a good conversation though about the Madeline's case, guys. I really appreciate you, Mom, and Salty.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thanks,
I love my
chat.
shirt. Thank you,
Always,
Doodle. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dago.
Thank you for getting one. I appreciate seeing that there on you guys. It means a lot. It really does.
Well, like I said, feel honored because you're my first shirt outside of my merch.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't get any financial gain from those. That's all on you guys. Every dime of it goes directly to the shirt, and that's it. I just set it up so you guys can get what you want. But I like seeing the name out there. That's what I love about it. That's what I get out of it. So thank you for that
Can't
very
wait
much.
to wear it. And then when somebody asks, and be like, subscribe, like, and share.
There you go. There you go.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Good
you
night,
guys
Mom.
again. you guys. I appreciate you both very much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I pray, well, Mom, you'll be working, but I'll be here early in the afternoon like I'm supposed to be tomorrow, and there's nothing extra I have to do. So
I get
I'll
off
be
at 4:30
listening.
Eastern Standard Time, so I will be in
Oh,
here after that.
absolutely.
there
Absolutely.
you go.
I'm really
Well,
leaving this time. Good night, y'all.
good
Have a
night,
great-
Mom.
Take care, Mom.
Good night, everyone. Good night, chat. And thanks, everyone. Thanks for your questions and for chilling out and talking and about this with us.
Absolutely.
It's important to discuss, but I know we all want the same thing, justice for Maddie. So
Yes, ma'am. 1,001%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I like the fact that you have the info that you have followed. Well, we both followed this pretty much from the same
yeah,
day.
yeah.
I mean,
I
so
spent the whole day reviewing all the stuff, listening to a lot of it.
mhm.
So and I took notes this morning on a lot of it, and I knew the docs will come down. It's like we want them now, just because we want to know.
Sure.
We just want to know a little more. But I'm working on the timeline too, as well, of what the police know of what,
Mhm.
according to the video cameras and stuff like that. So what the facts timeline is and what Stearns and Jen's timeline was.
Right. Absolutely.
So we'll see the differences.
Yes,
That's my
ma'am.
mission for this weekend, to do
Sounds
that.
like a great
Yeah.
deal. Great
All right.
deal.
Well, have a good night. Thanks for having us.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye-bye. And no, I did not go walk away to fart doodle. My dog was having some kind of a fit over, I don't even know what still. There was something outside. I was trying to figure out what the hell it was, but nice try. Nice try. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Like I said, we'll delve into what's going on with Sebastian's case because there's so much crap going on. I'm actually grateful that we got to talk more about Madeline's case than that. I didn't realize that 3 hours went by that fast either. That was the quickest 3 hours, I swear to God, that we've had. So we will get into that tomorrow, as well as because there's some stuff to talk about and some other stuff too. So we'll be back to that because we have to get back to that and finish up where we left off with that other going back to the beginning and the interviews and stuff like that. I'm selecting a few different specific ones. That way we don't have to sit here for days upon days upon days and hours. I know it's got to get hard. So I do got to go to bed. I have a doctor's appointment in the AM at 9. I'm going to be a little grouchy in the morning. Believe that, folks. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have no idea, Mima. I don't look for him, but I'm sure I'll get an email stating that he was. So, but seriously, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to anybody that did donate to any of those links again, guys. We absolutely appreciate that. Okay, that sounds great, Leslie. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts or feelings or anything before we do bring this down? Anything? Oh, good Lord. That's horrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. See something. Yeah, I still can't believe he's running off of Caleb Harris's account. And that's just, what the hell? That's what I'm talking about. That needs to be talked about. This morning, I was up early before I got involved in all my work. And I think Truth was live. And we were up there talking. And I think some of you guys were in there. Trevor Lee came in there and we talked to him for a little bit and asked him some questions. And he clarified some stuff for us. So I bet she is see something. So there were some interesting answers from that. And then in Jeff H., I found him and he went and took that video that Tony had put up or whatever it was, whether it was purposeful or not. And he analyzed it. That's what I was looking for him for the other day, just to say, hey, was this done on purpose, Jeff? Was this an accident? Because he's a videographer. That's what he does. And he sent me back a picture. That's interesting. Once he blew up the picture, I'll show you guys real quick. I do see that. You are green. See something. Thank you. Congrats and welcome to the family. Another meatball to jump in the sauce with us. So Jeff H, like I said, he's a videography, and he cleared this up and blew it up. And this is what he sent me back. Without the shadow of the whatchamacallit in there. That's what we're seeing, folks. And it looks like the image is reversed. Yes, Miss Elizabeth, you are too. I'm so super excited you guys have joined and become part of this community. It really is that important to me. I really appreciate you guys so very much. I agree, Mima. I do. Congrats and welcome, guys. So this is the video without the silhouette thing. Do you guys see it here? I still don't know what the hell it is, but what is? Thank you. That's why I said, what is it? It's reversed and upside down. So it was flipped, and that's what he blew it out. And when he cleaned it up, that's what he gets out of it. I have no idea, you guys, what the hell this is. He says, I can't figure out what this thing is, but I think this is one of the clearest frames of it. I turned it upside down, thinking it might help figure out what it is. It's got two square parts that seem to be the same and smaller things that look like a rocker switch. Sent it to Clue and hadn't heard back about it. So I don't know what the hell that is. But Jeff, if you can hear me, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. That I think Clue might have been right that it was a digital watch face, possibly. Could be mirrors too. You guys are right. It's awesome. It's awesome to have all the new members here. USB ports like in a lamp. That's kind of what I thought too, Doodle. Maybe not. I don't know. But I figured I'd give you guys that. I did hear that he was terminated. That Seth got rid of him now. Is this true? Does anybody know? Because I haven't seen that for sure. That the Harris family fired him. Thank God if they did. Because that's just horrible. The person that he is doesn't need to be there. So, yeah, I did hear that. And then I heard somewhere else today, hey, Norma, that I heard it two ways. One, that Seth let him go. And then I heard that Seth was publicly letting him go, but keeping him on privately to help do certain things. So I don't know what the hell that's going to do. And what he did was he took Caleb's TikTok account, wiped all the comments off of it, and took the 10,000 subscribers and changed the name. That's exactly what he did. So he didn't have to organically build that. I think it needs to be reported. That's sick. And here's why. Makes you wonder. What if they find Caleb, guys, and he comes home? That's his TikTok account. That's his stuff. It sounds like he knows Caleb's gone and he's not coming back. Does that sound like that to you guys? And whether that's true or not, that's an awful... You're pretty ballsy to be that presumptuous. See what I'm saying? It does, Joanne. It makes you wonder. Do you know something, Tony, already that you're not telling the family? Or what's the deal, bro? Caleb's Facebook page. Let me see something. Thank you, Sherry. Let me pull it up real quick. This guy is a puke, folks. I'm sorry, but he's a puke. I have nothing, not even a tinge of respect for him. Got you, Norma. I'm okay. I'll be all right. I'll jump off of here, guys. I'm the one that doesn't want to stop talking. But I have that doctor's appointment. Otherwise, I'd stay on here for another couple hours. Wait a minute. Oh boy. Here you go. How about this, guys? This was posted as of 12 minutes ago. Tony Mathis, 12 minutes ago. I wanted my Caleb Harris family in this group to hear this first. I received a phone call from Pascal weeks ago asking me if I would help someone in dire need. He asked me to help Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, with media and guidance. I've helped him behind the scenes for a while, but he continued to plead with me to help him in the way I've helped. I think we already read this, didn't we? Yeah, we did read this already, but why is this reposted again as of 12 minutes ago? Okay. Jill Shermer says, I'll be honest, I'm really disappointed in this. If Randy no longer wanted a TikTok for helping to find Caleb, Tony should have deleted the account and used his personal TikTok account. Instead, he rebranded it so he retained the 10.8 thousand audience for his content creator vendetta. That isn't very honorable. Who's exploiting who? He already tried to become PR in the Idaho 4 case a while back and was unsuccessful. People ignored him. He has been trying to get into the true crime industry as he sees it for years. And when Caleb went missing, he finally saw an ideal scenario for him to get the fame he craves, an unethical vulture. You know, it almost makes you wonder if I'm not going to say that out loud. Just got to say. Google image search. This is a clock with charging ports. It probably is. Makes sense. Content creator vendetta, you are spot on with these words. Tony is simply jealous that he has not been able to make money out of this situation. A source, please feel free to identify yourself if you wish, not mentioning your name. Myself, as you are also a member of this group and might want to remain anonymous. Just mentioned to me, Tony just 1 week ago approached another family of a missing person, and they had common sense of declining his offer of PR services. Thank God. I'm so happy Randy took control back. TM was disruptive to searching for Caleb and then clawed on the Sebastian's case and has made a total mess of things. He lost credibility, but to take the TikTok page, basically steal it. Yeah, that's crazy. There's got to be something that the Harris family can do about that, in my opinion. What a mess. Wow. Um, hmm. Oh, it was reported. There you go. That's cool. Well, there it is. Oh, wow. All right, guys. Well, much love to you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Keep your fingers crossed. Everything works out well. I will be in here early afternoon tomorrow, and we will pick up and carry on and do the things we do. I'm super happy you guys decided to hang with me tonight. It made the rest of my night absolutely amazing. And I appreciate you all very much. I appreciate anybody that donated to the channel in support of it. Oh, wait, you Googled, what did you Google, Miss Leslie? What'd you Google? Tell me. Lens, that picture, it comes up as camera, the lettering. Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Expect a letter this week. Okay. If that's him. I don't think it is, but that's okay. No worries. What a joke. Oh, did he really? It's a Nikon. That makes sense. Wow. Absolutely. Whoever that is a damn shame they're using that boy's face as their icon picture. Good luck finding my address, Bubba. I know that. Shay. Wow. Send away. Send away. Let me see something here. Nope. Nope. Such a joke. Oh, I can, Mima. I can. Send away. Like I said, good luck trying to find my address. That's hilarious, though. I'm not like the rest of these people. I've been doing this for a minute. And I have family that's law enforcement, so I know how to do certain things, guys. I just don't talk about it, that's all. Tony's claiming that Randy did not fire him. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You got fired for showing your little sweet pickle there, buddy. That's what happened. The Harris family deserves so much better than somebody like that. It's sad. Sure. Go ahead, Leslie. Absolutely, go ahead. Yeah, Randy has no reason to lie. None whatsoever. What'd you do, Sherry? Did you block it? I don't care. Do what you do. That's why you do what you do. What's what issue there, big guy? You were told to come here. Were you? I figured as much. Bye-bye. You're good to go, Sherry. No worries. I have an idea. I think he will too, probably. I see you now, Gene. There you are. I heard that, Paul. I did. Yes, Miss Jean, I see you now. Thank you, Glitter. One of my kids got that for me. Pretty neat. I hope it sounds better than the last one did. Okay, Leslie, thank you. Oh, you're fine. See something. Whoever that account is that claimed to be Tony says that expect a letter this week. Good luck finding an address for me. That's all I could say. Like I said, I have law enforcement family members and I know how to do certain things, so it's not going to happen that way. You bought taquitos today? Like, oh, my wife eats those too. She likes them. They're pretty good. That Jose Ole or whatever the hell brand they are, that's what my wife gets. I don't know exactly what it is yet, JCN. We were trying to figure that out, but we couldn't really get to it. Yeah, I thought it was, and you can just touch it and it turns off like that. Okay, let me see what we got here. So it says thank you, Leslie. Well, we'll see. We shall, because that has definitely changed things up. That has definitely changed things up. He's done nothing good since he's been there to find Sebastian, you guys, and I just can't. I actually, at the very beginning, gave him the benefit of the doubt, and Mom said he has no reason to be around a missing child case. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. It only took 48 hours for him to prove who he really was and what he was out to do. So, yeah, that's why I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool because it looks like the lantern thing. If it's completely dark in here, it looks really cool. Yes, ma'am. What is your question? Ask away, please, if you will. Yeah, I'm 100% see something. 100%. Yeah, I did get it, Leslie. I just read it. Very interesting. Very interesting. Norma, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's exactly it. I just more kindling for my fireplace is all it is. I know. Isn't that crazy? It's only been like not even a little over a month. That's insane. And it's turned on to this. And the sad thing is the only person that is really truly suffering in this is the one that nobody's paying any attention to anymore. And that's Sebastian. That's sad. That's beyond sad to me. No, I haven't. I know I haven't, Paula, because I don't do those kinds of things. I don't get into that here. You know what I mean? I just talk about what I see. That's hilarious, Glitter. That is hilarious. 100%. I do. That's what I said, Norma. That's one of the reasons why I refuse to play the drama and play into the drama on here. What if he was watching this? Or what if he sees this after the fact? Yeah, I see that, Leslie. I agree. I agree. I agree. All so that he can get a name out here in the true crime world. And unlike the rest of us that built this organically, it's just a joke to me. You know, I've been in here almost 3 years to total, but I've been in the true crime for about 2 years. Okay, roughly. And I built it organically, guys. I really did. I didn't buy views. I didn't buy subscribers. I didn't go and steal them from other people. That's actually happened to me, but I built it organically, and it's taken a long time for me to get. I'm just now. Let me see. Let me double check, and I'll even tell you guys exactly where we're at now. I just now hit 9,460 subscribers, so I'm almost at 10,000. But it took me from October in true crime. It took me from October of 2022 to get here. As to where you see these other channels that are just, well, like what he just did with TikTok. You know, you take somebody else's channel and put your name on it. Boom, you got 10,000 subscribers immediately. That's ridiculous. You know, I worked hard to get to this point. I have a great team behind me that has worked hard right along with me to help me to do this. And I'm very proud of the community that I have built with this. And the people that are part of this community are all amazing people. So I'm just saying, these people are a joke. What's that there? That's more than a month ago. That's Ursula. Yeah, I've gained close to. Let me see what it says. In the past 28 days, I've gained 1.1 thousand subscribers. And that's all because of you guys. And everything is going well, very well. I'm very grateful, very grateful. I don't make. Well, Sherry's right. When she came in here going on 2 years ago. The channel wasn't even monetized. You know what I mean? And it just slowly was getting to that point. Where's it at? Thank you, Glitter, so very much. I'm grateful for all of you guys being here. I'm grateful to have the new people in the community. It really, really makes me happy. I'm grateful to have the people that have been here with me for 2+ years. That makes me beyond ecstatic. I feel like I'm doing something possibly right to keep people around for that long, and to be able to continue growing. So thank you so very much. Appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful night. Oh, now it says Tony Matts TBI. What a joke. What a joke. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. I feel special now. You should be ashamed of yourself for putting Sebastian's picture on there to be a troll. This is why people are firing you. Such a joke. Such a joke. You send out cease and desist letters to the people that really actually wholeheartedly care and want to find this child and want to make something happen and want to bring him home to his family. And the people that don't, they just go on about their business. That's sad. It definitely could be Rapper. But no, I have done this organically. I've had help from a great team, but nothing more. Nothing more. She's probably a 12-year-old. Yeah, I agree. Tony wouldn't come in here. Not at all. So be it. Either way, it's entertaining. I did see something about that. I'm probably going to cover a little bit of that tomorrow as an update with Gabby's case, that they found ammunition near her body when they found her. That's kind of interesting. I had never heard that before. So, yeah, we'll probably throw that into tomorrow's show too, just because. So make sure you guys tune in. Like I said, I expect to be live early afternoon. I'm hoping if everything goes right. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, and I'll be back, and I'll kick right into it. So should be good. Should be good. Again, for those of you guys that are supporting the channel by picking up merchandise, that's awesome. I really, really love you guys for that. I can't wait to see, well, some of you guys that I'll be able to see that have the shirts and the mugs and all that. And there's some new stuff coming too. So I'm excited for that. But thank you guys for that. And thank you all for supporting the channel, just for being here, guys. That means everything to me. It really does. Thank you so much, Green Eyed PI. I appreciate that. Super chat or super sticker. I'm sorry. That's so awesome. So very awesome. I appreciate you so much for that. And it's very nasty. It's same here, Norma. We talked about it. Thank you for the square, whatever that is. Have a good night, little guy. I can try. Sometimes I don't get that option. One of my mods would have to do it. I can't do it as the administrator. I'm not allowed. I don't have those rights, believe that or not. If one of my mods are in here, can you click on that account and see when it was made? They might have been went to bed already, you guys. It's late. I know Mom's gone now. Salty's gone. Doodle's probably in bed. Brandy's been gone. I don't know if Miss Sherry's in here or not. I don't see anybody else. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We can go back into it tomorrow, and I can look at the chat, and then I can definitely do it. Are you still in here, Miss Sherry? Yeah, Doodle usually hangs all the way through. She's pretty good about that. It is late though, guys. It's like 3 o'clock. Shit, 3 o'clock. I'm curious myself, Glitter. I'll have one of them check it, or I could probably check it after I end. Then I'll be able to get in and do it. Okay, folks. I love you guys so much, and I do not want to leave, but I have to go to sleep or I won't get up for this appointment. I have to be up June 12th. It was created, which was yesterday. Figures. It figures. Thank you, Sherry. Troll away, Mr. Trolley. Trolley, troll. Need to get the troll spray and shh. Probably, Mystery. Probably. No, you guys are the MVPs for staying up late with me. I appreciate you guys so much. All right. God bless you guys. Listen, have a great rest of your night, folks. Get some sleep. And please try to tune in tomorrow afternoon. Watch for me to go live, and I will see you all then, guys. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys. Don't change nothing about yourselves. You're all the beautiful people. And I will see you guys so very soon, guys. Good night and God bless. Bye-bye, folks.